Caffeine TV. We are here for the Cruiserweight title match between High Caliber's Gerald Graham and 187 Inc.'s Kevin Phillips. I'm going to start with Gerald. Gerald, you've been the champ now for a couple months. How you enjoying the series? How you feel? What's your thoughts on today? How's it going to go?
I'm having a real good time. I like to travel. I like to bowl to different people. And I don't know, I never bowled here before, so I see it being over in 5.
Being over in 5, okay. Kevin, this is your team's first shot at the Cruiserweight gold. You've got the welterweight already wrapped up for 187. Tell me how you feel this is going to go today and anything else you want to share with me.
I think we're going to have a pretty good match today. I'm feeling really good right now. Should be a good match. So, yeah.
Yeah, Gerald said he's never bowled here before. Have you bowled Unholy's here before?
I have bowled here before. I bowled Unholy here before. Not one of my better houses, but you know, we'll see how it goes today.
Cool, awesome. All right, good luck, Kevin. Good luck, Gerald, and put on the show for us. Thank you.
This is Gordon Pepper, and no, you're not hearing things. Yes, I'm the Northeast guy, but I'm here in the Southeast, and I'm here in beautiful Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, with the guy that usually is in charge of the Southeast, and he will be today, and I'm honored to be with him, Mr. Ray Gillespie. Hey, Ray, how you doing today?
I'm good, Gordon. How you doing today?
I am doing fantastic. First of all, great job with everything that you're doing in the World Championship Series in the Southeast section.
Oh, I appreciate that, man. We're working hard down here, doing new things, and yeah, we're really excited to get these guys going. We've got a lot of new faces that we'll get to see in our matches here in October, and so we're really looking forward to watching these guys put on a show for us.
Yeah, well, we're going to be seeing some new things later on today. We've got a Vixen's tag team match, which I think is going to be amazing. We're going to have a heavyweight matchup, which is going to be fantastic. However, we're going to start our morning of coverage with the Cruiserweight Championship. Your winner, or not winner yet, he wants to be the winner because he's currently had the belt, and he wants to keep it. From High Caliber, Mr. William Graham. He is being challenged by Kevin Phillips over at 187 Inc. And we are starting off High Caliber. That is your champion, Kevin Williams, and he's going to start off, I want to say, with a 7 count. I haven't seen anything up there on the screen yet, so maybe they're not ready yet.
He might have took a little too long to hit that start button there. They'll get it corrected, I believe, right here.
It's an early Saturday morning, and right now maybe it's the displays that need some more coffee. Speaking of which, I've lost a bunch of weight, and while Ray is going to be going down there and chatting with everybody, I'm going to be doing a little commentary. I have lost some weight, and if I keep eating the breakfast stew down here, I'm going to be getting it back on. The breakfast here, nothing short of spectacular. If you've ever been to the Myrtle Beach area, you absolutely know how well you are fed down here. So I've got a nice little egg platter, which is now gone, hash browns gone, bacon gone, and of course down here, sweet tea is an option up the Northeast. In the Southeast, it's mandatory.
Yeah, sweet tea you have to have. I've learned. I forget that every year when I go to Battle Wall and go up north that I got to bring my own sugar because you get iced tea, you don't get sweet tea. They look at you funny, you know, like you're a complete foreigner. I'm like, we're in the same country, but yeah, the north south are completely different. Myrtle Beach weather is completely different right now. Rained a lot yesterday. So
yeah, I was driving in the middle of it. I felt it.
Yeah, so we're in that 60 degree zone right now. But it's good because hotel rooms are a lot cheaper.
Yes, they are.
Everything right now being off season. But this bowling center is phenomenal. It's been phenomenal to the U.B.A. for a number of years. It even hosts some PWBA events. Like it's a great bowling center for bowling, and we're looking forward to a great weekend here.
Yeah, Kevin Phillips starts off his side of the match with a strike. Now, I hear clapping, and I see gold pom-poms over there to my right. Please explain that one to me.
Yeah, so High Caliber, Gerald's wife and kids are here, and his daughter's name I can't think of, but I've seen a couple pictures of her online after their team has done really well. She's kind of like...
Oh, he gets Phillips comes down with a sloppy double.
Very nice. It doesn't matter. It's 2 strikes. That's all Kevin's gonna care about. But no, back to Gerald's family. His daughter's always, anytime they win, their team will always post a video of her doing like a cheer or something. And so it's like a nice family feel. That Casey Pike, that's her team. And one of the things that she's done for them down there is a good family atmosphere.
Yeah, Casey Pike, a very well-known, long-running Vixens champion, and I personally think it's only going to be a matter of time till we see her on Caffeine TV. Whether she's wielding the belt or not at that point, I definitely think that we should be getting her in a match.
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of good ideas that we're bringing to the powers that be, so to speak. Trying to get a special event even for Mega Bowl this year, WCS Invitational to anybody that's ever been a champ. That it's one big event. It's a lot in the works still, but we're trying to have more of those exhibition kind of matches and things like that, because people love to watch bowling. They love to pick sides. They love Game 7s. They just love the competitive fire that a lot of these folks will bring to us.
Nothing more fun than a Game 7. I've said that a number of times. And sloppy strikes are cheap on lane 3 today.
Hey, that's good though. I mean, it's good for these guys because, like I said when I was interviewing them, Kevin has bowled here at Unholy before. This is Gerald's first time bowling here. So there's nerves that set in. I had some of my teammates that this was their first Unholy, and they only marked once in the first 5 frames, in the actual event. But yeah, these guys just get their nerves out the way. You can see Kevin's kind of situated more, and then he does that on me. right on cue there. But
right on cue. The broadcaster's taste of the kiss of death. That talent, very well known. Everybody knows that I'm the master of that. You're starting to get that.
Well,
that little taste up
I
there.
felt that a little bit yesterday. I was trying to get some missed 5 pins on camera.
Uh-oh.
And I was 0 for 8 yesterday. Everybody picked them up. So, except the one I didn't record that happened because it was one of the ladies with a 230 average that you never would have expected her to miss a 5 pin. And
well, maybe that will change today. I don't know. Maybe we'll see a 5-pin from one of the cruiserweights. Right now, it's Kevin Phillips' turn to leave a 5-pin. He is currently up by 9 pins going into the 4th frame. If you just tuned in, welcome to Game 1 of our Best of 7 cruiserweight match. As always, in any Best of 7, whoever wins 4 games first wins the match. And in this match, the Southeast Cruiserweight title is at stake. Kevin Phillips right now, 4th frame, trying to hold on to his lead, and he will lose with a strike, and there it is. Right now, neither bowler hitting the ball dead flush, but they don't have to at this point.
Yeah.
Light hits right now are working. Kevin Phillips right here. Oh, so let me ask you a quick question. Are you trying to get the light hit over here, or are you trying to bury it and the ball just happens to be going into the light side?
I'm just rolling the ball, trying to get it close to the pocket right now. Hopefully the ball will work and get the pins to move around a little bit.
So that was the first, I should say, pocket or deep pocket hit that I've seen all match right there from the champion. He now has a 1-pin lead.
yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about styles, because you've seen these bowlers obviously down in the southeast. So do they bowl similar, or is this a little bit of a contrast of styles?
No, these guys they're not flashy. They're not, this is just, they're very similar. I don't want to say boring, because it's not boring. But it's just a matter of, like, they're going to both stay on the right side of the lane. They're not going to swing it. They're not really playing it straight, really, but it's not hooking, I guess would be the thing with what their style is going to be, because I've bowled 10 games here already this weekend, that once the lanes start to break down, how they adjust to the transition is going to be what's going to be key for both of these guys, both Gerald and for Kevin. So
now, the way that you're saying, if they're not swinging it out, is this a down and in center, this like 2nd, 3rd arrow center, or is this something where you can swing the ball and get away with it?
No, I mean, it's kind of straighter is greater here in a way, unless you're really good at swinging the lane. I was going 30 to 10 yesterday, and it's kind of, so I was going out the second arrow, but there were a lot of people that were just staying right of, really far right of that, and we're kind of going 20 to 10. See,
And of course, the second that you say that, there's Graham swinging all the way out and then throwing the ball back in.
Yeah,
now,
for him,
Graham's got his own support group over here.
yeah, he's got a couple teammates in the building. Got his family here, so that's the cool part. Kevin's got at least one of his teammates here. So, but high caliber as a team they rely on energy. And so it'll be interesting to see how he is in this match. If he keeps striking and the energy goes up, he could win this 4-0. But if he starts missing stuff or gets behind, will they match the energy needed for him to keep going? That's where it's going to come into play the most.
Absolutely. Phillips right now, the score count says 8. I see 9. I only see a lone 10 pin up there. It's on a strike. It doesn't really matter yet unless he misses this. And then we'll figure it out from that point. Phillips looked like he had the line early. He's leaving flag 10s right now over on lane 4. And Champion's taking advantage of it as of right now. So Phillips is going to fall a little bit off the pace here. He's down by 11, assuming that he makes this, and he will.
Yep. Yeah, I think
so. Now he's down 9 going into the second half of game 1.
Yeah, that 10 pin was wobbling so much that the sensors were picking up as being 2 pins probably there. So, but yeah, it's on a strike. For everybody in the bowling community knows if it's on a strike, it's the combination of the next 2 shots. So it really doesn't matter. If it had been on a spare, we would have definitely had to get a score correction there.
Right.
But everything, the score is correct. It could have threw a gutter spare, 1 spare, 9 spare, whatever, 8 spare, all scoring the same.
If he threw a gutter spare, trust me, he'd be hearing it. And he's hearing a lot of 10 pins right now.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's going to need to figure out a way to change his ball motion really early because both of his shots look exactly the same. So hopefully he works this out quick. But the best part about WCS matches is total pinfall is completely irrelevant.
Right.
It's all about winning the matches. You can win 4 matches by 1 pin. Four
matches
games
by 1, you're right.
Yeah, 4 games by 1 pin, and you're going to win the match. It don't matter if you lost the other 3 by a combination of 140.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Kevin, you can't do that.
Can't do that now, and definitely can't do that when your opponent is on a 3-bagger.
Yeah.
Graham looking to take control of game 1. And in the words of Yogi Berra, it's getting late for Mr. Phillips in this game, especially if Graham can make this a 5-bagger going down the lane. Now, we saw on lane 3, he squirted that ball out there. Let's see if he does it again over on lane 4. That may be the correct adjustment to make here. Here we go. That ball does come out. It's coming back in. Oh, 9-pin.
Yeah, so when I was throwing a similar line to that yesterday, I left more 9 pins than 10 pins yesterday. So he just got a spare. He's got an early lead here this game. So he just needs to not overthink it too much, make the right correction, and just more importantly, make this spare. The lead you got, don't give it away.
Yeah, you don't want to automatically think you're going to have it. He makes it nicely. He's going to have to reset lane 3. There is a pin that's down there.
The button will work.
Yeah. Get more commentary talking time here.
Yeah.
So it looks like right now your champion definitely looks like he's got the better lane. It definitely looks like he can make more spares than Kevin Phillips does because Phillips just deflagged the 10 pin.
Yeah, Kevin's got to figure that out because he looked really good the first 2 frames.
He did. I mean, he started with the lead. He had the double.
Yeah, and it just kind of, I don't know if he got comfortable. I don't know what he did there, but
he got distracted by the big yellow pom-poms. Said, no, I'm not making a lewd joke. There is really big yellow pom-poms there.
Yeah, they are. They're there. They're not shaking at the moment, but they could be a distraction for sure.
I was about to say they could be shaking if there's a stripe, but there isn't. Another 10 pin. Now let's see how well he makes the 10 pin because I think this is actually no, it's a second shot at it. But we already saw what Kevin Phillips did with his second attempt at the 10 pin, and not good.
Yeah, let's see. He needs a. He got lucky that he only left the 10.
That is
honestly,
true.
Going Brooklyn the way he did.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There probably should have been a 7 or 4 to go along with it.
Yeah,
So-
or he could have left the 5 pin. I saw a number of those leaves like that yesterday where people would cross over and catch that 1 pin too light and leave the 5.
All right, Kevin Phillips up right now. He's in a little bit of a hole. He's down 21 pins going into his side of the 7th. Obviously, a strike and a double here, he can cut it down to 1. If my math is correct, the best that Phillips can do is a 236. If he strikes here, and he will, that's a much better shot. Now we got some shouting here in the back.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I like to hear.
Got a little 187 ink action. I don't know who the guy is, but he's got a 187 ink jersey on, and he's the one giving advice. Do you have any idea who that guy is?
I do not.
I'll bring him over eventually.
I do not. Yeah, we'll get him over here. Let's see if we can. If,
All right, Phillips can go off for a 236. Graham can go off for a 247. So right now, difference is 11 pins.
I think a double here will put.
Yeah,
immense
he's going to need a
pressure
double
on it
here.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right, and that's not. Ooh, he got away with a lot right there. He almost left a lot of pins.
Yeah, he just gotta stay focused, you know, and he's got to kind of decide at some point in each of these early games when he needs to start working on a ball change, things like that. Get ready for the next game. What he has to do better. Don't get so lost in the current game once it gets out of reach. So it's going to depend on what Gerald does when he gets up.
Yeah, he's going to find out if Gerald gives him a chance momentarily. Now, you've been in these positions. Is maybe the problem that he had at the beginning of this game a little bit over-adjusting? Like, you have the 2 frames, then you leave something in the 3rd that you don't necessarily like, even though you had the line, or at least you had the line early, and then maybe you do a little bit of over-adjustment. Maybe it was just a bad shot. Maybe you didn't really have to adjust.
Well, and that's what separates the league bowler from a tournament bowler, kind of a thing. Like, you have to get better at understanding what you just did wrong. Did you roll your hand over? Did you completely miss your spot? Was your ball speed bad? Just because you didn't get the pinfall you wanted doesn't mean you need a ball change.
Right.
You just have to eliminate all the things that you did correctly, or that you did that could have done incorrectly, and figure it out that way. Just because you could go 4 in a row and leave a 10 pin, that don't mean you need a ball change.
That's true. Big 9 frame coming up. If he doubles, he's in great shape. If he opens, Phillips can steal this game. This shot's big, and oh my goodness.
Oh, all right. Well, so
I almost was a kiss of death there, saying if he opens, Phillips could come in and steal this one. The 10 pin almost complied. In this case, it's only a solid 2 pin. Obviously, he still has to make this.
yeah, I thought for sure that 10 pin was going to stand up with that one.
Oh, me too. Now, obviously, we're assuming he makes this. Even if he does make this, and he will, Phillips can put a lot of pressure on Graham if he goes out the door. It forces Phillips to double.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad for Kevin in this situation because, you know, it'd be nice if he knew this game was locked up, that he could go ahead and maybe look at getting lined up for next game. But he's still in this game, so he can't really do that yet.
Well, if he doesn't throw a strike in the 9th frame, then he can start looking around in the 10th.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because this ball's got to be a strike. If he goes out the door, it is a 216. And he will force Graham to at least throw the first one and get a count, which is one of the reasons why I said he's got a double. There's a strike. Again, now looks like he's figured out lane 4. Now he's got to figure out lane 3, because if he leaves a 2-pin up there this time, the game's over. Well, Ray is down looking at some notes. We'll go into the 10th frame. So the situation is this. Kevin Phillips pretty much needs to throw a strike here to try to continue this game. If he does not, then the champ, William Graham, is going to take game 1. First shot here, very, very important. Incredibly crucial because he needs this one to keep game 1 alive. Here's a shot. Ball looks a little bit high. 10-pin game's over. And unlike the other 3 or 4 times, this time the 10-pin does not fall down.
No, it's still there. and it's kind of one of those things where if he wants to just throw another shot to see, there's no point really even attempting to pick this up. He might as well go ahead and figure out, throw another shot, another strike ball basically, and get out of his own head and make sure he's throwing the right ball on the right line, all that good stuff.
Yeah, he's may have to throw an area shot here, assuming he makes his turn. He will. Yeah, I mean, the third frame, strike in the second, strike in the fourth, then all of a sudden, plaque 10, plaque 10, plaque 10. So, and one of those non-strikes was a 2-pin over on lane 3, and that could have been a gigantic mess. In this case, the important thing was it wasn't a strike. The open in the sixth frame definitely did not help.
No, and that's going to kind of be the difference here is in these matches like that, you can't open. Like, it's
sort of like
single pins you got to
like a turnover in football. Sometimes you can get away with it. Usually you can't. And that's not going to work.
Yeah, so it definitely wasn't a good finish.
No.
It's one thing to lose the game and like finish good, so where you feel good about the next game, but Gerald's already going to have an advantage in game 2, coming off the 1-0 lead and being able to know that his opponent is struggling at right now.
All right, I'm interested in that nickname of Gerald, but meanwhile, William Graham. Now, I'll explain something in the South after this game. Graham's coming up the oof. Well, it's a good thing he didn't need anything in the 10th frame now, isn't it?
No.
Well, actually, technically, he does need something in the 10th frame because he's still down. He needs to get 2. We're automatically assuming that this game was over.
It is. It's 199.
I'm sorry, no, you're right. That's interesting.
Yeah, he can throw it through the middle and it not.
Our math was correct. The difference, and now I'm noting this right now, the difference doesn't show up in the graphic until after the frame is completed.
Yeah,
so if you notice, he's down 1 on the graphic, even though now he's up 5. That is good to know here.
Yeah, the scoring you got to go look it all the way through.
Yeah, you got to look at the score, not the difference. So at the end of game 1, the champion 199, challenger 194. William or Gerald Graham up 1-0. Yeah. So meanwhile, we're all going to be doing some fixing here. So this is, as we said, best of 7. So our cameraman Tony Evans is getting some of the action here. The challenger Kevin Phillips is going to start game 2. I'm going to quickly ask him, what changes do you need to make on game 2?
Pardon?
What changes do you need to make on game 2? Because you're driving the ball in there, you're just not getting the carry yet.
It's just small adjustments with my release, because I'm kind of battling my release right now. Plus, the head pin on 3 is offset just a hair. I think that's what cost me on that last one. I had a chance, but just keep working at it.
There you go. Kevin Phillips right now. That hip pin may be off a little bit, but he's absolutely right. He's got to make some adjustments. But he did say this, that he thought the adjustments only needed to be slight. I happen to agree with him on that. Maybe a little bit of a different angle of entry. We'll see if he does make that adjustment. We're going into game 2. Now, I'm going to wait for Ray to be settled here. He is. Back. So I got a question for you, because you called him Gerald, and on the sheet I've got William. Now, I know the Southeast is full, and I mean full of nicknames of what we call the bowlers that are coming down here in the U.B.A. So is that a nickname? Is that a real name? Is William the real name? What do we got?
I think William's the real name. William's the given name. Mm-hmm. Gerald is just his nickname. Just like, mine is Ray. That's my real name. That's just my middle name. So I think
we were talking about her earlier.
Yep.
And I'd love her to come. Yeah, I'd love her to come over around later on.
Yep.
So that is Casey. Last time I chatted with her was Casey Turner. Now it's Casey Pike. We'll be chatting about that momentarily. A very long-running Vixens champion.
Yep.
I really want to get her opinions on this match. Kevin Phillips, meanwhile, said that he wanted to make a couple adjustments. I will guarantee you, based on that first shot lead, that was not one of the adjustments that he was planning on making.
Well, it was an adjustment. It just wasn't a good one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so he goes out to 6-2. That is not, if you just lost the first game, that's not a good way to start game 2.
No, and that's kind of where, like, if he knew earlier in game 1 that was going to be the outcome, he could have changed balls. He could have worked on some different things. Because now it's you starting 6-2, But the good part is Gerald's up now on 4. Last time he was up, he left the big 4. So, you know, Gerald has to figure out what he's doing too. So it's not the best start in the world yet. You know, it could have been, because his last ball on that pair was not good.
Well, I'm going to assume that was just an error check, because he knew that he had the game on hand. And, ooh, I was about to say, sure enough, strike wrong. That's better.
Yep.
So, but at least it's not a big 4, and
No.
it is a makeable spare.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to say Gerald from now on, because I said William at the beginning of the match, and I'm going to confuse everybody if I keep using William, going, wait a second, Gordon's saying William, what are you saying, Gerald? Do they not know what exactly the name is? And the answer is yes. Southeast does have nicknames. I'm going to say Gerald from now on, and Gerald's got the spare.
There you go. Good spare there, sir.
And there are a lot of bowlers in the Southeast that use nicknames. Dre Gaither, a long-running heavyweight champion and world champion. That is not his real name.
Nope.
I've got Josh Pittman. I believe that is his real name. He's hanging out right next to us. Also a long-running Southeast heavyweight champion.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, him and Dre are a very good uncapped tag team together too. You know, talking about the both of them.
Yeah, I want to see them coming up, and we would have seen them today if they won their match last month.
Yeah, they just came up short. I believe they lost in Game 7. I'm not mistaken. I think it went Game 7 at Woodleaf Lanes. This is a great bowling center for us as well.
Gerald, right there with the strike. So Graham, by the way, because I've used that a lot, that is his last name.
Yes.
People may be thinking that is his first name. It is not.
No,
So now people that just tuned in, this is Game 2, and we're using 3 different names for a bowler in Game 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. And we might come up with some more by the time, you know.
We could. Right now, the nickname I may be giving Kevin Phillips is Flat 10.
So the stream for Kevin's #1 contender match to get here, they kind of gave him a new nickname.
Okay.
That old guy. That's what they kept calling him, was that old guy. So we don't have a lot of seniors in some of these series, but Kevin is one, and he's also in the tag series as well.
So now, are they close to getting to a title shot or not yet? They got some ways to go.
No, they still got a couple matches to go. His team is a lot of newer bowlers, a lot of lower average bowlers. In fact, later today, even, the welterweight title match is between 2 of his guys. 2 1/8/7 are going at it for the welterweight title. And the 2 bowling in the #1 contender match this month are both on 1/8/7 too. So his team is dominating the welterweight series right now with their top 4 spots.
Well, that's great on the handicap pairs for a tour stop. So now they just got to get a couple scratch bowlers in there for their scratch trios.
Yeah, and because they're in the district with the UBA champs, G-Town heavy hitters. So there's some teams. You got obviously Jack and Matt on G-Town. They're big in the WCS. Nick Christie and
G-Town
Venice.
has a long storied reputation, a long history in the World Championship Series. A number of title bowlers coming from there, and Lee Bolin, who's actually held one of his titles.
Yes.
During Battle Bowl, you know, I asked him about the experience of the WCS, and he said that was one of the factors of them winning the titles, because they're used to high-pressure situations now because they're in the WCS. Gerald didn't like that shot, and he almost paid for it, 6-9-10.
Yeah, that 7 almost stayed up. That'd have been really tough to pick up there. But so talking about Lee Bolin, we're actually going to get to see his wife Tracy bowl.
Yeah.
In the Vixens tag match later today. So.
Oh, that's going to be fun. Tracy Bullen, again, she's got gold. Won the Wilder Cup last year at Battle Bowl, so it's going to be fun to see somebody representing the defending the UBA World Champions. So that is going to be a fun match to see later on today. Meanwhile, 4th frame, Graham, or Gerald, or William, or whatever we want to call him right now, up by 12 pins going into the 4th frame. That can be cut down to 2 if Kevin Phillips throws a double. First things first, Gerald trying to at least maintain the lead, if not extend it. Going into the 4th frame, here's that first shot. He likes lane 3. He doesn't like that shot.
No,
3, 4, 6, 7, 10. Yipes.
That was not good.
We're actually, Ducky, come back here. We're actually being joined down here. We've got a number of people from the Northeast that are coming down here, and we are joined by Ducky Vision. One Ducky Russell. Hello, Duck.
Hello, how you doing, guys?
Doing okay? How's it going by you?
I mean, I'm bowling like I left my
Like whackers, yeah.
like I left my arm back at home, but here we are.
Ooh, good run at it.
So,
Good
Doc,
run.
let's chat very, very quickly while we're watching this match. This is a Cruiserweight title match. You've got a title match in a week?
Yes, next Saturday, 10 a.m., 10:30-ish, Laurel Lanes.
You're bowling the Dark Dingle.
Yeah, Dingo era ends. Dingo era ends.
Right now, the Graham...
Maybe Huey needs a diaper change, and I'm the one that's going to change it.
Ducky Russell looking for another reign at the title.
All right, thank
I wish
you.
Ducky the best of luck. We may be covering that later. We may not. We'll find out. Right now, Kevin Phillips looking to take the lead in game 2, and he will.
Oh, okay. There we go.
The 10 pin finally goes down for him over on lane 4. And right now, Kevin Phillips, actually, I shouldn't say the first time in this match, but the first time in this game, will take the lead.
Yeah.
So
made a
that's
good ball
exactly
change.
the spark that he needed, and you're absolutely right. I hear you saying good ball change. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I mean, he finally, it took him a little bit longer. He had that orange motive ball there that just, he didn't need to, he stayed in it, I think, too long. And I'm not sure what he's actually got in his hand now. I just noticed it was different because the ball motion was completely different, and the outcome obviously was different as well.
Absolutely. This to increase the lead to at least 16, maybe 26 pins.
There
He
you go.
does. There's the adjustment that he was talking about at the end of game 1. This is his first 3-bagger in the match, and this is going to get him at least 26 pin lead. Now he's chatting around with one of his teammates. I'm going to try to find out more information on that when he comes back over here. Meanwhile, Gerald, with his first really awful shot of this match coming in the 4th frame, he's got to pick up here in the 5th frame, and he will not 10
Wrapped
pin.
in again.
It's almost sort of like he's running into the issues that Kevin Phillips did in game 1.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to need to, he might need to look at the ball change as well.
Right now, it still looks like the ball that he started the game with, correct?
Yeah, Gerald's still in the same ball he started with. The whole thing with him is like he's relatively new to UBA, so he's not like a lot of our folks in WCS that we've seen plenty of. You got game tape of them, so to speak. You know, there's not a lot of film out there on Gerald. He's relatively a new guy. He's in the Deep South District. So, great guy. Conversation with him, seems like a great guy, a great team. Like we talked about Casey already. Being the owner, only surrounding herself with good people.
Yeah, right now he's looking for good people to help him out with the strike. Here, doesn't hit. 10 pin.
Almost got to 10.
Now, just like he had the opportunity to put Kevin Phillips away in game 1, which he successfully did, it is now Kevin Phillips' turn to have the opportunity to put Gerald Williams away in game 2. And a couple more strikes will do that, especially if Gerald cannot find where to throw the strike. And he almost didn't find where to throw the spare.
Yeah, he almost pulled a Kevin on the 10 pin.
That's what we're calling him now?
Yeah,
Pulled a Kevin.
Pulled a Kevin.
Little yanker?
Yeah.
All right, however, the aforementioned Kevin Phillips already up by at least 36 going into the second half of game 2. If he wins this one, he ties it up. Gerald Williams, if you just joined us, Gerald Williams already took game 1. He was looking to take game 2. However, he's now down in a 30-plus pin hole, which could be a lot more than that, depending on what Kevin does. Kevin Williams up right now, looking to extend his lead. More importantly, looking to extend his strike streak to 4 in a row. If he does, he'll pad it. 2 more strikes here, and that could almost effectively take care of game 2. Now, I'm sure people are saying, well, there's a lot of time left. No, there isn't. 4 frames left. Here's that shot. Looks a little light.
That's all right. Little light there, but it's all good. 7 pin, he should be able to get that.
Yeah, well, he's been feeding on that light hit for the past couple of frames, has he not?
Yeah, but that one just felt like a little lighter than they had been. Like it didn't hit with that same energy. It just kind of hit. You know, it just wasn't very rewarding for him.
Yep, so he will leave the 7 pin. Assuming that he makes it, difference will be 26 pins. Strike here would have been 36 plus. And he'll make this corner pin. Yeah, no problem there. So Kevin Phillips up by 26, 4 frames left to go. As I said, he could have put Gerald Williams away. He did not. Gerald Williams has got some life left. 4 frames left to go. Doing the math here, the best that Phillips can do is a 247. The best that Joe Williams can do, 221. So Gerald's going to have to start striking, and he's going to need a little bit of help from Kevin Phillips, or a combination of both.
Yeah, I think one thing with High Caliber as a team is they've got plenty of people here that will talk him through his ball adjustments.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah, that was very good there.
That's a good try here. Now I'm very curious to know who that guy is over here as I'm queuing him over. I'm doing all right. It seems that you're part of the Kevin Phillips fan club right now.
Yes, I am. Kevin is actually the president of the team. I'm the vice president.
Aha. What is your name, Vice President?
My name is Shane Carlock.
Shane, first of all, pleasure to meet you. Second of all, I see that you're chatting with Kevin during the match. What advice have you been giving him?
Basically, just telling him to slow down, trust the ball, keep his hand behind the ball, and just trust it. I mean, that Kevin's got such a strong mental game. He's got this, so he can come back from 2, 3 down and do this. So I've got faith in him.
Right now, he doesn't have to come back from anything down. He looks like, again, depending on what Gerald does here, it looks like as of right now, Gerald's in the middle trying to refigure out what to do, because game 1 he was looking really good, game 2 not so much. So it looks like Kevin may be evening this one up 1 game apiece.
That's what we're hoping for. So we'll keep it going with Kevin and see how this match turns out.
All right, I'll let you chat with Kevin a little bit more. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Shane. Appreciate it.
So that was from Shane, the vice president of 187 Inc. And right now, he's got to be happy with what he sees. At this moment, we have a little bit of a timeout here. Gerald is looking. Now we have a ball change. Gerald's
I wouldn't be
going into
surprised
the bag
if
of
Casey
tricks
handed
here,
him that
looking
one.
for a new shot. Gerald goes out the door to 197. That does mean that Kevin's got to start throwing some stuff here, unless. Oh my goodness! Are you kidding me?
My God.
That was an ugly strike.
Yeah.
What do you consider that in the southeast? In the northeast, that's an ugly Brooklyn. What is that in the southeast?
Terrible.
Okay.
That's just terrible. We just, or we just say it looks the same up there.
It looks fantastic up there.
Yeah.
In the words of Charles Barkley, terrible.
Terrible. Yep.
Or vomit-inducing.
Yeah.
If I was Kevin Phillips, that's vomit-inducing. However, fortunately for Kevin Phillips, he's up by around 40 pins. Strike here makes it 50. He's up
There you
50
go.
pins. That sounds like a Shane in the background.
There we go. Yeah, Shane is also in the WCS series. I know he's in the tag series. He might be in one of the single series as well.
Well, Kevin right now is up by 50 going into the 9th frame.
Yeah.
Obviously, a strike puts it away. Any sort of mark puts it away. If he leaves a hideous mess like he did in the 1st frame, then all of a sudden game 2 is up for grabs. He's trying to make sure it is not up for grabs.
No, I mean, it would take a colossal collapse on that old guy, on that old dude, to make this
here's a shot right
game.
here. Gerald would like to see
he
a
buried
collapse.
that
That's
one.
not it. That's going to be game right there.
Yeah, game. So we're going to go 1-1.
We're going to be tied 1 game apiece.
Yep.
So let's chat with Kevin because he's right over here. You said you needed to make a quick change. Boy, did you. Much better look on game 2.
Oh yeah, made a ball change, gives me a little extra snap on the back end, helps through the carry. So that's what I needed to do.
So we had a chat with Shane over there, and he said that he told you to slow the bleep down in terms of your shot. I'm not going to say what the bleep is because, again, we are on Caffeine TV, and I don't want to say anything not suitable for television. So how often do you listen to him? Like, do you see him usually in every match, or is he just here on this special occasion?
This is one of the first matches I've seen him at with me. But most of the people that come with me, I do listen because they know my game, just like I know his game. We just kind of communicate with each other. So if he says slow down, that's what we do.
Yeah, right now this game's mathematically over. You're going to tie this up 1 apiece, unless the pins are all of a sudden worth more value in the 10th frame on a felt, which technically they're not.
Right.
So are you going to be throwing an area shot? What is your mindset now in this frame?
My mindset right now is just make sure I get down the lane, hand behind the ball, let the ball do the work. That's just about it.
All right, I'll let you get back in your game. Good luck.
Yeah.
So both Ray and I both like Game 7s, and it wasn't looking that way early. However, it's now a best of 5 instead of a best of 7.
Yep. And the good part is obviously Shane and Kevin having good conversations on what needs to be done. Sometimes you just need a set of ears for somebody just to listen to what you're seeing, to disagree with you, disagree. Like, you just need that sometimes. So Kevin actually got that in that game. Gerald, he's got, he's got his wife, got his kids here. More importantly, he's got Casey here on the lane reading part that, Casey, Vixen's champ for forever. She had a run in the Vixen's tag series for a little bit. Like, she's solid, and she can help you get in the right ball really quick.
Oh, it's only going to be a matter of time until we see Casey again.
Yeah.
And those crazy PSAs, which I love, by the way.
Oh yeah, she was the spark that we needed in the Southeast, and it's been very awesome for people to see and enjoy just how much a woman can talk trash in a non-offensive way, so to speak. So it's been pretty cool here.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a lot of fun, and Casey talking junk is always a lot of fun. And it's funny because you have, well, that's a throwaway. You have both of them talking junk, and we'll get to that in Game 3. But at the end of Game 2, actually, we're not done yet. I'm sorry. I was a little bit premature there.
Oh, all he's got to do is drop a ball, throw a ball, kick a ball, overhand a ball. Really doesn't matter how he does it. This game is over.
I'll be impressed if he overhands the ball. I don't think Myrtle Beach Bowl will be too thrilled about it, but I would be impressed if he overthrew the ball right now.
Yeah.
Now, he will not. He'll be a civil gentleman, and he'll make the spare.
No.
So at the end of Game 2, Kevin Phillips, 236. Gerald Williams, 174, and we are tied, 1 game apiece.
Yep. That's good. And that's, like I said, I love these matches for, I don't pick sides. I don't do any of that kind of stuff. To me, it's more about, I like the competitive nature of it. Like, sweeps have their moments, but any sports fan, unless your team is involved, you should love Game 7s.
Yes.
You should love the comebacks. So you should
preach.
Yeah,
preach, Brother Ray. Preach.
I'm telling you, there's nothing better than when a team goes down 3-0 and they walk them down and win 4-3.
People ask me all the time, what am I rooting for? And I've always said the same thing that you just said, Game 7.
Yeah.
Give me Game 7.
Yeah.
Sure, Kevin and Gerald doesn't want Game 7 unless they're trailing. Then they want Game 7.
Yeah.
Gerald right now with another sloppy strike, but hey, in the words of you, it looks good up there.
Yeah. Game 7, to me, is just, hell, I've loved Game 7 since A League of Their Own. And it didn't work out for the Rockford Peaches the way it was supposed to, but it made that Game 7 so exciting. Bowling Game 7s, baseball Game 7s.
There's no crying in baseball.
There you go.
There's a lot of crying in bowling.
There is a lot of crying.
There is crying in bowling.
It's trying to control the kicking of things.
Yes, hopefully there's no kicking. Oh, Kevin
boy.
may want to kick his ball down the lane right now and use the alligator on that one. 4-6. And when I say the alligator, we have the little ball rolling things up in the Northeast that look like little alligators, and then sometimes they look like little dinosaurs.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the little thing, and then you stick them down stick the ball on the top, and then you stick the little ball down the ramp.
Well, he might need to use one to try to pick this up, or a 6-pound ball, maybe.
Maybe 2 at the same time.
But just get one. That's the main thing to do here. He does.
Yeah, it is early. Funny thing is this: whoever has led the game so far has lost.
Yeah. Yeah. So Game 7 would be interesting if that trend were to continue.
Yeah. Game 7, you take the lead. No, you take the lead. No, you take it. No, you take it.
I don't want it. You have it.
I don't want it. You have it. So right now it is Gerald with the lead as we go in the second frame of Game 3. For everybody that's just joined us, you're in Game 3 and you've missed nothing because each bowl is taking a game.
Yep.
So, you missed each bowl is taking a game, and there goes the
champion.
champion.
There you go, Kevin.
Shane is happy about it. Casey is not happy about it since she's rooting for high caliber.
Yep.
However, she will be very happy if Gerald throws a double and increases the lead.
Yes.
High Caliber with a sort of semi-lead at this point, depending on what they do in frame 2. A mark keeps the lead, guys, as a strike extends it and open, and he gives the lead right back. Second ball, here's that ball coming up, looking for the double. No, but in decent shape, 2-4.
No, I don't know. His shot don't look the same. We're kind of at the best angle there. I think he's pushing the ball too far, and that's why it's coming in light like that on that right lane. He got away with the stuff on lane 3, you know, and got the strike. You know, it could have been beautiful, it could have been ugly, it didn't matter. It was a strike. But this right here, there you go. He spared it up.
Not only strike. Now he is pacing a little bit on the floor. I'm seeing him scuffing his foot. Now he's looking at his foot. Maybe he's got some footing issues.
Yeah, but I don't think his footing issues would have caused him to throw the ball harder unless he was trying to overcompensate for it.
Possibly.
But we'll see how he reacts here.
Yeah, he did bury the ball here in the first frame. Let's see what he does in the third. Ray's looking to check the feet. He is struggling a little bit with the foot, but it doesn't really matter. There's another nice strike.
Yeah, so the right lane, he threw the ball further right on the right lane. That one, it looked good from the minute he dropped the ball.
It looks better. I'm going to be real interested to see back his jersey nickname, by the way, is Q, K-Y-U, or Q. I do not know what that means. Viper, I know exactly what that means. That's the back name on Kevin Phillips' jersey.
Yeah.
Viper right now looking to recoil and maybe forget what he did over in lane 4 2 frames earlier. So that ball looking to double up for himself, and that's better.
Yeah. And the thing, you know, like when Kevin, in the first frame of this game, when he left that 4-6, he kind of like, you know, patted his chest a little bit, like acknowledging that he knew what he did wrong. And that's good to know. Like, that's good to do, especially when you got people helping you with adjustments, where, like, when you just kind of do that chest tap.
I blew it.
It's like, hey, that's me.
Yeah.
Like, I know what I did. Like, okay, you know, when you can acknowledge what you did wrong, it makes it so much easier for your people to help you with adjustments. You know,
and it also shows that you're saying, I don't need to adjust. I'm the idiot that threw the ball.
Right.
It is my fault. I know I don't need to adjust. I just need to throw better. Now, is he going to throw better here for 3 in a row?
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. That looked good. Those last 2 looked like the strikes he had in game 2. Like, those were very nice.
Yep. A screaming, and if you missed game 2, we had a quick interview with the vice president of 187 Inc.
Yep,
His name is Shane.
Yep.
I don't remember what his last name is. I want to say Collison, but I don't think it's Collison. What?
Carlock.
I was close.
Yeah.
I am terrible with names. So Shane Carlock was very happy with what he did in game 2. He's still happy with what he did in game 3. Now Joe's going to try to match him here. If he doesn't keep this close, he does.
Okay. Yeah. So max score wise, I mean we're only in the 4th frame. Max score wise, you're looking at 279 and 280.
Yep.
So
one pin game.
Yeah, one pin game.
This is what you like to see in a cruiserweight matchup,
Yes.
by the way.
Yeah,
And then everybody goes whining online, those are cruiserweights, those should be heavyweights. Blah, blah.
Yeah.
If you saw games 1 and 2, you can understand why they're cruiserweights.
Well, yeah, because game 1 looked welterweightish.
Yes,
you know,
it did.
those look like 2 guys under 200 that, you know, were just glad to be here. And the cruiserweights, you know, they have their heavyweight mentalities at times where they can do what they're doing right now. But it's going to be what happens when they open. Can they recover? Do they start overthinking? Do they adjust? You know?
And it seemed like they were overthinking and over-adjusting game 1. At the end of game 2, Kevin Phillips figured it out. And now at the beginning of game 3, it looks like Gerald has joined the party and he's figured it out. Both bowlers on a 3-bagger. Phillips right low looking to maintain the lead, and for order him to do that, this has got to be a 4-bagger.
Yeah, let's see. Come on, Kevin. We're going to get a ham bone.
And he does not
7.
do it. 7-pin. Gerald will take the lead.
Yeah, that kind of hit like he had one in game 2 like that, where it just hit lighter than the rest and just kind of like a dud. It just didn't react. It didn't pop.
Say Hambo, we're thinking about meat because I'm sure the Myrtle Beach Bulls got a great breakfast. I'm assuming they're going to have a great dinner to go along with it.
I'll tell you what, this center the food is fantastic. I've had I had a pizza the first night. The wings are phenomenal. Our staff colleague, Jason Hale, he loves the blue cheese wings. The food here is fantastic, man.
Jason Hale, also no stranger to World Championship Series, and he's had a belt on his own accord. Kevin Phillips with the spare. Right now, Phillips is down by around 8 pins. Going into the second half of Game 3, we are tied 1 game apiece. So whoever wins this will take command back of this match. Obviously, very, very far away from being over.
Yeah, but it's the great part is it doesn't matter. This is going to go 6 or 7.
I hope it
way.
does. It's guaranteed to go 5. Actually, no, it is guaranteed to go 6 regardless. Ball here, and
he threw that out the
actually, no,
window.
I'm sorry, I'm wrong. It's guaranteed to go 5, and Kevin's wrong if he thought that that was a good shot. 2-4-10.
Yeah. Yeah, and you
Right
see it
now, he had it, and then he lost it. And now he can only hope that Gerald's lost it along with him.
Yeah, these guys, and you're seeing it too, where they can't get ahead of themselves. They have to stay in the moment. You know, he did the right thing there. He didn't try to throw at that to try to pick it up. He made sure he got the 2, because the wood in the game is what's going to matter.
Yeah, the overall wood doesn't matter at all, as Ray correctly said earlier. However, you never know what's going to happen. Right now, Gerald looking in good shape. Another strike still keeps the lead going. However, you never know. If he creates a hideous mess, those 2 pins can be very important and come back to be a factor in this game. But it will not be a factor in this game at all if Gerald continues to do that.
Yeah, there we go. Now we got the ham bone. So, yeah, it wasn't the prettiest pinfall in there, but it doesn't matter. You know, these guys.
If you want pretty, go to the Metropolitan Museum of Art.
Absolutely, not a bowling alley. That's when it's pretty in a bowling alley. Even though the art on the side of the wall here is actually pretty nice.
That's pretty. So if he gets 5 in a row, we'll point to a nice, beautiful sunset out on the piers of Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
7th frame, that ball looks good for 5 in a row. It is.
So that'd be a nice little Cinco Sacco from our Rolling Rebel fans.
So 5 in a row for Williams. Now let's just say you're Kevin Phillips. What do you do now?
Well, you gotta go the 7th. You gotta have the 7th frame first. So if you know what you did wrong and you flush a strike, then you can try to put the pressure back on. If you throw this one out the window again, then you go ahead and you start playing it on game 4.
Yeah, this has got to be a strike race. Absolutely right. It is. Yeah, so he's going to have to keep striking. He's going to need some help from Gerald. Or you know, sometimes people come over to you and said dark cloud or whatever. He's going to need one of those.
Yeah.
Best Gerald can do is a 234. You've already said the best. I'm sorry, wrong. Best Kevin can do is 234. You've already said the best of what Gerald can do, and that would be set 280.
Yeah, he's still on that 280 pace through 7, so that's pretty good. Hopefully Kevin knows that his 6th frame was on him, and he's not trying to overthink this right here. If he can bury this one, it will put pressure on Gerald.
Well, he's going to show up here. That was a double dribble. Is he going to go away with it? Yes, he does.
Ooh. Yeah, this house has some double dribbling. I noticed that a lot yesterday. The double dribbles are entertaining at times. We actually had a 300 shot on this pair yesterday.
Uh-huh. With the double dribble?
Huh?
With the double dribble?
No, I don't know. That was with the double dribble. I think the double dribble was, it happened once or twice on 9 and 10. I was right beside that yesterday. But, you know, it's all good.
Gerald's up right now. A strike effectively will end this game, and it's going to. Gerald Williams right now up by 46 at least. Actually, no, 46 exactly going into the 9th frame. So he doesn't even need a mark right now. If I mean, actually, yes, he will. He will still need a mark.
Yeah, it's over, but it's not over.
Yeah.
It's just one of those
It's
things.
over, but he can't feed the ball to the gutter monster.
Right. Don't feed it to the gutter, and don't big four again. You know, that's kind of the big things. He can just be clean the rest of the way. We're going to game 4 with high caliber up 2-1.
Very true. Yeah, that doesn't look like it's going in the gutter. That almost looked like a big 4 though. 4-7.
Yeah. The 4-7-10 was looking realistic there for a second.
Yeah, so doing the math here quickly, assuming, and again, this is an assumption that he makes a spare, he will not need a mark in the 10th frame. And he won't make the spare.
Yeah, because all Kevin can do is 234, and he's already
9 open from Gerald will give him a 236, and as you said correctly, the best Kevin can use is a 234. So you are correct. This game effectively is over. The only thing that Gerald just has to do is not make a hideous mess in the 10th frame, and he'll be fine.
Yeah, so the difference between this game and the first game, with Kevin trailing, getting up in the 10th, or getting up in the 9th rather, is if he doesn't strike here, then he'll have the 10th frame to play with.
Right.
To figure out what he needs to do for game 4.
Correct. So, but Ray is absolutely right. This ball must be a striker from a mathematical standpoint. The game is over. Well,
okay, we're not done yet.
I'm not dead yet, in the words of Monty Python.
Yeah. You know what else I like besides game 7s? 9th and 10th frame roll-offs. I love them. And it'd be
Must
great
have 9th and 10th frame roll off.
I would love the 9th, 10th frame roll-off in a game 7.
Yes. Preach, Brother Ray,
Man,
preach.
I'm telling you, it makes it so exciting to see the heartbreak, the excitement, all those emotions that people are going to go through on the winning and the losing end of that.
And people that are watching are probably saying, like, Gordon and Ray, they're so mean. Yes, we are.
Yes.
Absolutely 100%. Now, this game may not completely be over yet. Kevin's going, I'm not dead yet. Still not dead. No.
That's right.
Yeah, in the UBA, we have seen all sorts of crazy stuff happen around here. Until the game is mathematically locked down, you never know around here.
Yeah, well, we experienced that. My team experienced that last year, where in the Final Four of the Southeast Conference playoffs, we went to 20-20 tie and had to do a whole nother game to break the tiebreaker.
A game to figure
see?
Look at this.
And so the thing is I know you said 9 out. It's going to be good.
You
but
still got to throw the 9.
Yeah, because I mean we've seen
still
a 6.
Still got to throw the 9.
We've seen a 6.
A big 4, and Kevin can sneak this one out.
Yeah.
So you never know around here, or maybe we have a little golf action and we get 4.
Yeah.
However, that all being said, this is still a huge ball for Mr. Phillips. And in order to put any sort of pressure on him, all the pins have got to go down. 10th frame here really needs a strike.
Looks good. Okay.
All right, a little bit more margin. Now, 8-1 will be good. A 9-0 obviously will be good, and 8-1 will be good.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's all about the first ball.
Yep. A big 4 or a Greek church or a golf score will still be a nightmare for Gerald. And here we go, 10th frame. This is for game 2. He doesn't like that shot. Oh my goodness, he gets away with it. Anything could happen here in the UBA. And a ball that was almost destined for a 7 or 6 count, and all the pins go down.
Hey,
Ray, talk us through this one.
So Kevin just had to witness Gerald show us that he's the best lefty on the pair.
And he's a right-handed bowler.
He's a right-handed bowler. But I mean,
Kevin, you were staring at me when he threw the ball, and to be quite honest, you're much better staring at me than looking at what just transpired, because he got a strike without hitting the head pin.
Sometimes that happens. It's what happens. It's part of the game.
Yeah.
And that is a much more traditional strike that he just threw. Yeah, that was an oh my goodness.
That was because he threw a ball, he knew it was crap. And it still was crap. It just scored really well. You know. That's the thing about
it. Doesn't matter what the pins say down there. It matters what the scoring says up there.
No, but that's where bowling is so similar to golf. You know, you can hit a terrible shot, but it gets a great bounce. and it ends up better.
Mike, your order's
Bowling,
ready.
you just get the ball down there, and sometimes, hey,
Well, the one break that Kevin thought he was going to get, he didn't. At the end of
No.
game 3, Gerald Graham, 258, Kevin Phillips, 233. Gerald's up 2 games to 1. And now, basically, for this to continue, we need Kevin to win game 4.
yes.
Well, it would be nice. We don't need anybody to do anything at this point.
No.
But if we want to see game 7, we want to see Kevin win game 4. We're
Yes.
rooting for you, Kevin.
Appreciate it.
Yes.
All I'm gonna do is just keep doing what I do.
That's
We're
right.
not rooting for anybody to win. We're rooting to try to see game 7. That's what we're
Right,
rooting
that's,
for.
that's where we're at.
It's looking like we may go 7.
That's right.
That's what we're thinking.
We're battling.
That's right.
All right, so meanwhile, while we're detaining Kevin, he actually has to start game 4.
Yeah. Yeah, and the thing is, though, Gerald did say that this game would go 5 in the pregame interviews. He said 5. So,
Well,
is Gerald right, or are we right? I'm hoping we're right.
well, for it to go 5, Gerald's got to win the next 2 games. For it to go more than 5, Kevin's got to win at least 1 of the next 2 games.
But ever since Kevin split in the 6th that last game, he threw the ball really well. He's throwing the ball better than Gerald.
Well, that 233 would have been good either game 1 or game 2. Not good
Yep.
game 3, but there's another strike to start off game 4.
Yeah.
By the way, that's 6 in a row for. Actually, no, it's not. He threw a 9 on the last count.
Yeah.
That would have been 6
It
in a row
would have
for
been
Kevin
6,
Phillips.
yeah.
Right now, Gerald ended game 3 with 3 in a row.
Yep.
What does he start game 4 with is the question. And the answer is a flag 10 pin. Now,
Yeah.
is it time to make the adjustment, or did you just do a bad shot?
I think he just threw a bad shot. It just looked a little hard, a little long on the right. Like, he don't need to make an adjustment yet. Because the lanes are coming to them. As you see the score increasing, there's going to be a transition game in here if it goes long enough. But,
You know, on the point or the heels of that, we saw at the end of actually middle of game 1, Kevin Phillips yank the ball and go wide left on
Yes.
the 10 pin, and we just saw an instant play from that from
it
Gerald
was
Graham.
yeah, it was an instant replay, just 2 different people. Like, it was crazy. Like, it was, but the ball reaction was the same. You hate missing 10 pins inside. And the thing is, Gerald has to get right back up. Forgot about it. Very well. Very good, sir. Just, you got to have a short memory in this. And that's the good part about the way they bowl, where they go right lane, left lane, and do the back-to-back, because you would hate to have that happen to you on the left lane, and then you got to sit there on the bench, so to speak,
And wait.
and think about it. And he was able to throw it. He missed it, get back up on the left lane, bury a strike.
Well,
And
Kevin
so-
Phillips right now wants Gerald to remember that shot, because that would represent the hole that he's currently in if Kevin Phillips wants to throw a double right here, and he does not. 10 pin. Or maybe
Yeah.
that 10 pin will remind him, wait, I just saw Gerald miss that. I
Yeah.
better make the adjustments to make sure I don't give the charity back.
Yeah, I don't know if these guys are mental midgets like me, but I'm very bad with that, where I'll be like, man, I just did that. That just happened. So-and-so just, like, I have trouble blocking that stuff out of my head sometimes, too. That's what keeps me in the cruiserweight area, and I can't get up to the heavyweight area.
If I do that and then I make the next one, my mind is just full of 4-letter vulgarities that, again, I do not want to talk about on Caffeine TV.
Oh,
Kevin
beautiful.
Phillips will make the spare, so he will be up by around 11 pins as we go into the 3rd frame. So, excuse me.
So when you said his nickname Viper, where do you think the Viper came from?
I don't know, maybe coiled, ready to strike? We can ask Shane that if we can pull him over here. Shane being the vice president of 187 Inc., who was nice enough to join us.
Because
Is he still there? Yeah, he's still there. Maybe we'll get him later on in the game.
I keep thinking I'm waiting for the Viper to hit an RKO out of nowhere.
Well, let's see if the ball's hitting RK out of
Nice.
nowhere.
That's a good
He
one.
does.
Yeah, that one looked good the whole way down.
Except that was not out of nowhere. He buried that one.
No, he buried that one. Gerald's the one that's been getting strikes out of nowhere.
Yep.
Kevin's have been solid. Gerald's been more energy, more pin action, a little more luck.
Well, you've said that earlier, and you've been absolutely right. Both bowlers have a different strategy when it comes to playing the lane. Kevin is definitely down and in. Gerald, as we're going to be seeing here, is throwing the ball out, waiting for it to come back. Sometimes it's worked, and sometimes we've seen some hideous messes. Let's see if he makes an adjustment on frame 4. He does not.
Ooh.
2-pin.
He deserved the 4-9 on that one. That checked up on him. He deserved the 4-9, but
I'm sorry, I said 2-pin. You're right. It is a 4-pin, and you're absolutely right. There should have been a 9 to accommodate it.
Yeah, he deserved the 4-9, but he's been getting such great pin action on his shots that it took the 9 out for him right there.
There's been a number of times during this match where he's left 9 pins and 10 pins, and they've fallen before the racks come down.
Yeah, he's doing very well getting the pin action. He's scoring well. He's not throwing the ball well, but
Yes.
he's getting the results. And the results, we're in the results business. This bowling is results oriented.
Yes, it is, just like that first ball strike in that last game in the 10th frame.
Right.
Yikes, if you just joined us, Gerald Graham is up 2-1. However, he is down on game 4. That will help, though, with the strike over on lane 3. Looks like he's got to figure out lane 4.
Yeah.
So Kevin Phillips on his turn on lane 4. A double here will build the lead up. He's already up by 11. Could make it 20 or even 30.
Yeah.
With a double in the next 2 frames.
Yeah, Kevin needs to put pressure, and he needs to do it now. Don't wait a long round. Hit that strike here. Let's keep it moving.
Well, a double does 2 things. Number 1, not only does it add pressure, it adds pressure. And you said this earlier. Gerald was sitting thinking about what the heck did he do on lane 4. Now he's got to figure out what the heck do I do on lane 4. And oh, by the way, if it's not a strike, I'm going to be down even further to Kevin Phillips.
Yeah.
And he's got to be thinking that now because Kevin Phillips, now with a double, looking to throw a strike on lane 3, which is a lane that right now he's not had any issues with. And if you notice over there, it's considerably a little bit more quiet on high caliber side.
Yeah.
It looks like the cheerleaders have gone out for a coffee break.
Yeah, I think they might have ran to the ladies' room for a minute.
Pom-poms right now have nobody occupying
no
the
movement.
little handles.
Yeah, there's no movement.
No movement on the pom-poms.
No movement on the pom-poms. They could just be confident in Gerald, too.
Pom-poms are silent. Kevin Williams is
Wow.
not. Kevin Phillips is not. 3 in a row for Kevin Phillips.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it's a 21-pin lead, and it will be a bigger deficit if Gerald Graham does not throw a strike.
Yeah, and the thing
Gerald
with,
Williams is a New York Yankee baseball player.
Yeah. But
Great player, by the way.
The thing with Gerald is, we're talking about him sitting now. He left the 10-pin twice on the right side. Is now it's like now you're trailing, so he can either get this or he can leave it worse than just a 10-pin, and he got it. So that's good.
He does get it. That cuts down the bleeding.
Yeah.
Deficit's only 21 pins. Gerald right now going on to lane 3. Neither bowler, at least this game, Kiss of Death, has had an issue with lane 3. Kiss of Death alert here.
Yeah.
Kevin is hoping that the Kiss of Death continues. Gerald obviously hoping it doesn't. Gerald right now down by 21 pins in game 4. A strike here forces pressure on Kevin Phillips. There's a strike. Hey, we got some noise.
All right, the bathroom break is over.
Bathroom break is over.
Yep. The ladies are back. Gerald's getting a little high fives from one of our former world champs, Josh Pittman, on the lanes beside him. So that's always a pretty good thing.
Got a lot of bell holders over there.
Ryan, your order's ready, Ryan.
Going into the second half of game 4. This is a game that Kevin Phillips really wants because he wants to even this up at 2 games apiece. If Gerald comes back out of the deficit, then he'll be up 3-1. 6th frame coming up.
Yep.
Phillips on a 3-bagger, looking to extend it to 4. There's a shot.
Yeah,
that
good.
ball looks good to me. Oh, 10-pin. And I heard Shane in the back saying, nope. Was that really a nope? When he released that ball, I could have sworn that I heard someone say nope when he released the ball. Was that for me? Oh, he said hold. So Shane, Is Kevin just awake during the even numbered games during this match? He just wants to go to bed during games 1 and 3 and then wake up during game 2 and 4?
Kevin likes to always make the matches interesting, that's for sure. He likes to make us all sweat a little bit.
Well, he's definitely done that. He needs to make the spare, or once again, he will relinquish the lead to Gerald Graham.
Yeah, a lot of Kevin's matches have gone game 6 and game 7.
Looks like he'll make the spare, and he will.
There you go.
And the confidence in the world. I have all the confidence in the world in him.
All right, Shane's got a lot of confidence. Kevin right now has confidence on lane 3. And he should, because all he's done this game is throw strikes there. Technically, he is still up. However, if Gerald wants to increase the number of strikes that he threw from 3 to 5, then Gerald will either tie the game or take the lead, depending on what Kevin does here in frame 7.
Kevin's been throwing some beautiful shots here on 3.
He has. What be another one?
It's a little high flush. Yeah.
High
very
flush
nice.
is right.
That looked good. You only need that ball to go about 10 feet before you knew that was going to be that.
By the way, if both bowlers go out the door, it will be matching 259s, and you will get your 2-frame roll-off that you wanted.
I love it.
Yes, 2-frame roll-off. Let's go, 2-frame roll-off.
And the best part about it is they'll turn around and look at me like, what do I do? What do we do? You know, so it'll be fantastic.
You and me both, sir. Gerald Williams Gerald Graham looking at match, and he does. Keep saying Gerald Williams. Stop it, Gordon.
Yeah.
Williams is his first name, not a second. William, Gerald, Graham, 4 in a row, going into the 8th frame.
Or we can just say champ, because he is still champ.
The champ is here.
All right, 5 in a row. Let's see if we can get 5 here. We've had 5 in a row once before.
Oh, if he gets another one, that keeps the match tied. Looking to keep the match tied. Oh,
no,
where's that ball going?
Now,
the second you let that go, both of us went, uh-oh.
Yeah,
that ain't coming back.
It got too close to the grade board. It was too close to the grade board.
Gutter
there.
Monster almost got a little hungry there.
Yeah.
Look at this burning coming my way.
That was not looking good. It was looking like it was going to go in the drink. And he's fortunate to only leave the 128.
He is. There probably should have been a lot more pins and maybe a 10-pin out there to go along with it.
Yes.
Either way, regardless of whether or not he makes the spare, Kevin Phillips will have the lead going into the 8th frame. Will Gerald at least get the mark here? He will.
Yes, he did. Good. Cleaned it up.
So he's happy about the spare. However, and a big however here, any mark, Kevin takes the lead. If he doubles in the 8th and 9th, that puts a lot of pressure on Gerald. And again, this is a game that Kevin really wants, because if he gets it, he evens this match up at 2 games apiece. If he does not get it, it is 3-1 Gerald. Viper up right now, looking to strike, 8th frame.
A little extra fidgeting there.
It's taking a little bit more time than I would suggest.
Yeah.
At this point, that ball, though, does look good. It is. Oh, Kevin, take all the time in the world that you want. Forget anything that me and Ray are talking about at this moment.
Well, you worry about him thinking about hand placement or something, because he spent more time not taking his time really to throw the shot, but like it felt like he was fidgeting, like he was trying to figure out if his grip was right, what maybe hand adjustment he was going to do, like.
Well, a strike right here will give him a potential 23-pin lead and put a lot of pressure on Gerald, because he only has 1 frame left and Gerald will have 2.
Yep.
And keep in mind, he has not missed on lane 3 yet, and it doesn't look like he's going to miss now either, and he doesn't. Another 3 in a row for Kevin Phillips.
Yeah, I keep waiting for that hold to go away. I keep waiting for some of Kevin's shots to go more headpin, but right now, stay there, dude, because it's, old guy, it's stay there, because it's striking for you.
Old guy is averaging between 16 and 17 miles an hour on the shot.
Yeah.
That's a good way for that hold to not go away if you're adding speed to it. Meanwhile, Gerald Graham There's another strike. And if you look at Gerald's speed, it's only 0.15 miles an hour faster than Kevin. So both of them throwing the ball equally as fast.
Yeah.
But right now, as you pointed out, straighter is greater.
Yeah.
And that may be the difference in this game. Now, going into the 10th frame, the best Gerald can do is a 236. Any sort of mark, assuming that Kevin gets good count, and he will win. And in order for him to need the count, Gerald's going to have to strike out, and he doesn't. There's a 4-8.
All right.
This game is almost effectively over.
So, Gordon, the winner of this match is going to take on this guy from the New World Order.
Let's have a chat with the guy from the New World Order.
So, Kenny, what have you seen so far? How many of these games have you seen so far?
I've only seen some parts of them. I ain't seen a whole match of none of them yet.
It looks like they're going to be tied at 2. Kevin. I feel like Kevin's throwing the ball better, but Gerald's just scoring better at times. He's getting more pin carry late, things like that, and he's got a bigger cheering section. And we know about your guys' cheering section and how that'll be. Who would you rather face in this match? Does it even matter to you?
To be honest, I really don't know neither one of them, so I guess it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, because, I mean, you got Gerald here is the current champ. He's bowling in the Deep South. Kevin, he bowls in Queen City. And you guys are doing a pretty good job in Triad. So now you're going to be bowling at Triad, is where the match will be next month. How well do you bowl there?
I don't even bowl league. I haven't bowled league there probably in 4 years.
But we have enough tournaments and stuff that go on at there. So is it a house you feel good about?
I feel pretty good about being there.
All right, let's go back to, let's check Kevin out here and see if he can close this game out.
Yeah, I believe, if my math is correct, a 7 on that first ball, and the game's over. And he's going to get a lot more than that. That is game.
All right, that
for
locks
Kevin.
it up. So it's officially official that it's a 2-2 now. So, yeah, I know both these guys will put up a fight, and I know that you just got done sweeping your last opponent. How did that match go for you?
It went pretty good. I felt good about throwing the ball, and it was 4-0. Excuse me. So.
Yeah, and I mean, you were. It was a righty versus lefty, and it's always, as a righty myself, I always love to see the righties come out on top.
Yes, me too.
Well, thanks for joining us, Kenny. Appreciate it.
All right, yeah, this game is over, and we are one step closer. Well, he's glad to do that now and not in the first ball.
Yeah, he that's the same thing Gerald did. Remember, Gerald did that where he
the
do that.
big four, like,
Yeah.
whatever, the game's over, I don't care.
It's like somebody told him, "Hey, the game's over," and he's like, "Oh, thank God," and then just threw it out the window again. So.
Very much so. Let's see if this is going to be an area check or if he wants to make the spare. We'll find out momentarily, depending on where he places the ball. He's going to try to make the spare.
Look at that.
Oh, what he does.
There you go. Made a spare when it didn't matter. I love it.
Adds a little bit of extra sass to the procedure. At the end of game 4, Kevin Phillips, 246. Gerald Graham, yes, I got the name right this time, 216, and we are tied at 2 games apiece.
It definitely helps with the confidence going to the next game when you cover up something like that. That's very good.
I'm sorry, I said Q before. It is not. It is KYD. And I have no idea what that means. But Kevin, Kevin's over there. Kevin has left me. I'm going to find out what KYD means. I'm curious.
Well, if he doesn't strike, I'm going to start speculating.
Okay, sounds good. All right, he does not get the strike. I'm going to come over and say hi to Casey.
Okay.
I'm going to find out if she knows what KYD means.
There you go. Let me know how that goes.
All right, we'll find out. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to hang out. I'm going to say hi to everybody. I'm going to say hi to Shane very quickly. I'm assuming that you like the results of Game 4.
Definitely like the results of Game 4. If I can just keep Kevin out of his head, stay calm, we should be all right for the 5th game.
Yeah, now one of the things that we noticed was on lane 3, we were looking for that hole to disappear. It hasn't disappeared yet. If it does, do you know what you're going to tell him in terms of how to make that adjustment?
It just all depends on how he's throwing the ball. I mean, Kevin's got a couple different releases that he can go to get the ball to do 2 different things. So we'll kind of work on that as the match goes on.
All right, I'm going to quickly swing over here. Good luck again.
Thanks, Gordon.
You got it. And I am over here with Unicorn Life. Hello, Casey.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Fantastic.
Good. Now I'm going to come over here momentarily. Just wanted to say hi, but I had a quick question because I see Gerald's jersey says KYD in the back, and I'm sort of interested as to what that means, if I can say what that means over on public international TV. Kid? Okay, that's cool. Kid?
Are you going to ask me what unicorn life means?
I'm going to eventually, in the middle of this, because we're still doing the match, but yeah, I'll be coming back.
Okay, awesome.
So I definitely want to chat with you a lot, so I'll be coming back over. All right, so now I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to see Kevin Phillips shot. Yeah, that ball no longer held. Now, I just spoke to Shane, and Shane has already said what he's going to try to do in terms of make that adjustment. By the way, KYD is just kid. I thought that would be an anagram or something cute. It's not. It's just kid spelled in a different manner.
Well, I don't like that.
I don't know.
We're going to have to fix that.
I want something more interesting. I want something more original.
Well,
I don't know. That's just me.
well,
I'm bracketologist and he's Smash.
yeah, and all I can think of when you say kid, oh, no.
Well, you want to talk about Smash, that's exactly what he just did with that spare, even though that's much less of a smash and much more of a smush.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Gerald Graham has an opening for him to take the lead on Game 5.
Yeah, he needs to capitalize on it, too.
Yeah,
But
he does. You say, oh, no. That's definitely an oh, no on that spare attempt.
Yeah, you can't.
Now, is Gerald going to say, oh, yes, over here? Yes,
There
he
you
does. He says, let's go.
Yeah,
10 pin falls down.
Yeah, it looked like the 4-pin fell into the 7 for him there.
He's had far and away much more carry than Kevin Phillips had this whole entire match.
Well, the carry has been what's kept him in it because he's not hitting. His shot is not as good as Kevin's. Kevin's throwing a much better shot, but it's not. The pin action for Gerald is just huge right now. Gerald's getting stuff splattering all over the place. And it's not a ball speed thing. We've seen their ball speeds very similar.
Yep, looking to increase his lead, and he will. Lane free. That hell, you're waiting for that the hole to fail Kevin. It finally did.
Yeah.
Gerald has taken advantage of it. He's made a little quick adjustment on lane 3. He now has a double. And more importantly, he's got a quick 22-pin lead. And it's only third frame.
Yeah.
And more importantly, Kevin is on an open, so he needs to start striking, or that 22-pin lead is going to get a lot bigger.
Yes, sir.
Well, no, we can. Well, we can sort of make an analogy saying a small donkey when you put the boot to the donkey's backside.
Right. We kind of
we'll
took
say
our
it
eyes
that way.
Yeah, we took our eyes away from Kevin's strike there. We got to see the jersey of the cheerleader.
And it says little donkey punter.
Yes.
It's a little donkey punter, and if you can understand our vernacular, then you know exactly what that jersey says.
Right. It's kind of along the lines like yeah.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that.
Well, Kevin's looking to do the same move on lane 3, and
that's
there's the double.
Yeah, and that looked good. Split to 8-9, very nice.
Well, so now deficit, still 22 pins. For Gerald to keep it like that, that's got to be the strike on the board. If he doesn't do that, then the deficit shrinks, which is what Kevin's looking for, and obviously Casey and company are not looking for that.
Yeah, the perseverance of both of these guys, when they've made a mistake, they're not piling them on top of each other. So avoiding the mistake is even more important because, your opponent isn't turning a 1 open into 3 opens.
Gerald didn't like that, and it shows.
No, that's the first ball he didn't like that didn't score well. He stomped on a lot of them that still went Brooklyn.
Yeah, if it was game 1, all the pins would fall down anyway, and everybody would be going, yay! But no, he deserved to leave that, and he knew it.
Yep.
So, and Kevin's got to be a little bit happy about this because instead of being down 22, he's down by a lot less. And if Gerald doesn't make this, he won't be down at all. Kevin will take the lead here if Gerald does not make the spare. Oh, and that just being said, he leaves a 10 pin. And that 7-2 just got returned back in spades because that 6-3 was also on a double.
But you know, it's like I said, though. It happened on the right lane, and he gets to come right back on the left. So these guys have done a very, very excellent, great job, whatever word you want to use in there, of forgetting.
That is true.
And getting to come back. They're not having to sit on it. I would say he's going to strike right here.
Well, he needs to come back here with a strike, and he will.
Yep. And that's kind of how the ebb and flow has been in this game, in this match. Is where it's just, if they're messing up on the right lane.
That being said, and you're absolutely right in terms of the ebb and flow, but the ebb and flow right now is also turning into who can make the bigger mistake.
Yeah.
Right now, the answer is Gerald. Any mark here from Kevin, and he will retake the lead.
Yes.
If Kevin decides he wants to repeat what he did in the second frame and the fifth frame, Gerald will hold on to the lead. Either way, match is still very close as we go into the second half of Game 5. If you just joined us, we are tied 2 games apiece.
Yep.
So what started as a best of 7 is now a best of 3.
Yep.
Phillips right now looking to strike here and take the lead back, and he does. 3 in a row. The lazy 7 goes down.
So Kevin knows he did not deserve that one. He kept that ball too far right, way too long. From our angle, it almost looked like it was going to dump in the moment.
Kevin's getting Gerald Graham's pin action specialty right now.
Yeah, and they're having some, the 5-pin was wiggling after that one when they set the new rack down. So it knew he didn't deserve it. They should have had some more pins up there, but hey, he got that pin action. And
yeah, now we noticed that I'm just noticing right now that frame, okay, he's re-racked it.
yeah.
I don't know if that's chivalry or gameplay right now that Kevin Phillips has re-racked it, because technically that next shot would be going to Gerald, not Kevin, over on lane 4.
Yep.
So I'll just say chivalry.
Yeah, and I mean, Kevin could be one of those people that he likes to look at clean sets around him too. And
maybe he does.
Yep.
4 in a row for Kevin Phillips. Right now, he's got the lead back. He's up by 14. And now, Gerald's got to strike here, or he's going to be down by more than 14 pins. This is an ebb and flow back and forth game over in Game 5.
Yep.
And one of the things that you said, and we'll get back to it, at the beginning you said both bowlers were a little bit tentative. No tentativity anymore. Both bowlers attacking the pins. Here comes Gerald right now. That ball's high again. Only leaves the 3.
Yeah.
And that probably should be a lot more.
Yeah, he should have left the same thing he left last time on that lane.
Yep, with his buddies, the 6, the 9, and the 10 up there. In this case, just a solid 3-pin. However, let's look quickly at the scores. If Kevin goes out the door, it's a 268. Gerald goes out the door, it is a lot less.
Yes, a lot less.
So I believe math is 234. So Gerald's going to have to start striking, but more importantly, he needs to play some defense, which in bowling is sort of impossible. But he needs something to happen to the Viper, maybe for him to run into a mongoose somewhere on lane 4.
Well, defense in bowling is not impossible. We've had world champ Dennis Kilo was very good at playing defense.
That is true.
Former Southeast heavyweight champ Bob Benton was great playing defense. He would burn your lineup on purpose.
I have not seen either bowler whip out the urethane yet.
No, and that's good. This house, you don't need the urethane here. I don't even think it would really work that well as just that fallback that so many people do rely on nowadays.
Oh, I slightly disagree. I think the way that Gerald's throwing the ball, I think urethane would be very effective to fudging up his line. I use that F word, not the other F word.
Yeah. No, I get it, but I don't know enough about these guys. Are they good enough to burn up a line and not lose theirs at the same time?
I don't know. We'll see. Right now, Kevin's looking for a 4-letter word that starts with F, but in this case, that word is 5, because he's looking for 5 in a row right now. And 5 in a row will increase his lead over Gerald Graham, and there it is. Buried shot from Kevin Phillips.
We almost got a walkout there. He almost walked that out.
He sort of did. He sort of did walk it out.
I think
Do you think he's going to walk it out over lane 2 if he likes what he sees on lane 3?
Yeah, if he gets 6 in a row, because we haven't had a six pack yet.
We have not. We have not a six-pack from either bowler. We almost did from Kevin, but we did
Kevin,
not.
yeah, we did. Yep, in the last in the 10th.
On his way to try to get to 280. Let's see. I say he walks it out.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see if he does so. This is Game 5. Whoever wins this will go up 3-2 in this match. And if Kevin throws another strike right here, it will be him. That ball went way outside. It doesn't matter. It goes in.
Good. That looked good. I love it. That
He did
old
not
dude.
walk that out. That looked like an uh-oh shot from Kevin. That ball comes rolling in anyway.
There you go.
Got the old man.
Yeah, that old dude.
That old dude. I'm not sure if that last shot was intentional, but it looked good. I'm going to ask him right now. Kevin, did you mean to throw that ball all the way out there in that last shot?
Pardon?
Did you mean to throw that ball all the way out there in that last shot?
Probably not.
I'll take that as a no.
That's true.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So meanwhile, Kevin makes a little bit of a mistake. He does not pay for it. It comes in anyway.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Gerald Graham with a strike in the 8th frame going into 9th to put any pressure on Kevin at all. This ball's got to be a strike. Because right now he needs a combination. Number one, he pretty much has to go for 234. Number two, he needs Kevin to make a mistake in either the 9th or the 10th, but preferably the 9th. Well, there's a strike from Gerald Graham.
And so we might see where this is going to be the first time Gerald's going to be behind. You know, Gerald could be behind 3-2.
That's true. That is assuming that Kevin gets the deal done. We are not at that point yet. One more strike, and we will be at that point. Big shot here in the 9th frame. Obviously, Gerald cannot shut Kevin out. Kevin, on the other hand, with, I believe, any mark in the 9th or 10th, will shut Gerald out.
Yeah, he just pretty much just got to stay clean. Don't Greek church back to back. Nothing crazy like that.
Well, actually, it depends on the severity of the open, I should say. Because if that opens a mess, then he will need 2 marks or a double or combo. But first things first, here comes the 9th frame. Shot here, looking to close out Game 5. Oh,
7 bin.
All right, well, he threw a good ball.
Yeah, that was a good shot.
So math-wise, he will need 2 marks. If he does not get a mark here, he will need to double in the 10th. So Gerald still has some life, but the life needs to come in the form of an open from Kevin Phillips.
Yeah, because if he makes this spare, then the life, we're going to need to get the paddles out for Gerald for...
Well, no, yeah, mark, game's over. All right, so there's 1 mark.
Yep.
Yeah, if he goes Dutch, it is and a Dutch means alternating spares and strikes. Dutch puts him at a 237. Best Gerald can do is a 234.
Yeah.
So this has either got to be an open or bad frame count. So like for argument's sake, 6 spares 6 will not be enough to shut out Gerald, and Gerald could go to squeak this one out.
No, if I was a betting man, which I'm not, I would give
Get Kevin to win now.
He's gonna close it out here.
Keep in mind
he gonna strike here.
Well, he has only had 1 open, but the open has been on lane 3. He's had more than 1 open in this match, but his lone open in this game has been on game 3.
But if he misses this one, it's going to be because you asked him if he meant to throw the ball out that far.
Well, I don't think he meant to throw the ball out that far, and there it goes, and there's the game.
No, he about tugged that inside. That was about 6 or 7 boards left to where he was when he threw it too far out to the right earlier. So.
Very true. So any 8 count in the combination of 2 balls, and the game's out.
Yep, and we will be going to game 6.
Yeah. Well, Gerald's wrong in terms of the match going 5. It's going to go 6.
He's wrong. That's just going to be a matter if he's going to win.
Well,
that's going to be the other part, the 2-parter.
Remember when you and I were joking about someone's going to want to see Game 7? Gerald's going to want to see Game 7.
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't, that means he loses.
So there's 3 of us now that want to see a Game 7. There's 3 of us.
Correct. Because if we don't, we have a new Southeast Cruiserweight champion. This is for Game 5. Oh, hold up. Wait a minute. He still needs 2. This is not over yet. He needs 2.
Damn it, Gordon. I'm hoping this isn't one of those situations where he throws it 2, but then still chops it.
Well, if he chops it, then that's one. He strikes out, and then we have 2-frame roll-off.
Yep.
Which, as we've said, evenly,
good for
both of
those
us
two.
want to see.
I'm good for those two,
We
man.
are both jealous, greedy individuals that we love to see bonus bowling. So is he gonna? No, he got the
I
2.
did. All right.
He did not try to be the hero and get the spare. He knew what he
Yeah,
needed. He got
yeah.
the 2. 235 is going to be good.
Yeah.
Best that he could do is 234. Kevin was sweating a little bit. We were sort of cackling, hoping for a roll-off. We didn't get it.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he would have took that 1144 scratch into the unholy, he'd be doing pretty damn
I
good.
hope you're
too.
going great when I'm out with 1144 scratch. Kevin, congratulations on Game 5.
Thank you.
So now we saw you changed a little bit on that last shot. Was that just an area check, or did you just want to throw a safe ball, or what was the rationale behind it?
That was a mistake.
Aha, another mistake.
That was thrown ball. Because I've got a shot, I'm just going to stick with my shot, continue on.
Well, so far so good. For the first time in the match, you are leading. You're not playing catch-up. Now it is Gerald that's playing catch-up.
Yep. Yeah, I hope to work that to my advantage, press him a little bit, see how he reacts to it.
Well, you pressed him in this game, and he did not react very well. And if he does that one more time, then you're going to be the new Southeast Cruiserweight champion.
That's kind of my hopes right there.
All right, now I will just say this. Neither Ray or myself are rooting for anybody to win, but we are rooting for a Game 7. Because we love Game 7.
I always love Game 7. It's excitement.
I've been doing this for Caffeine TV, so Caffeine TV wants to see a Game 7. We're not advocating for you to make it a Game 7. Right. We're just saying we're not necessarily rooting for you for Game 6 because we want to see a Game 7.
I hear you.
But we're not rooting against you. We just want to see a Game 7.
See Game 7.
That's right. Good luck.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Good luck, Kevin.
So for those joining us on Caffeine TV, Kevin Phillips is up 3 games to 2. Yep. We do want to try to get a Game 7 for everybody over Caffeine TV, yes. But we're not rooting against Kevin. We just want to see a Game 7.
Right. We just enjoy them. We think they're good for the sport. Very always entertaining.
It's just like Houston and Texas in the playoffs. We don't necessarily want to see either team win. I don't mind seeing Godzilla stomping on both of them, but we do want to see a Game 7.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even though my personal root is for Godzilla in terms of baseball. Game 6, whatever mistake that Kevin made, he's no longer made it. That is a beautiful shot. There's a strike.
Yeah, aside from that 7 count, he had, the 3rd or 4th frame last game, man, he's been throwing it great. I mean...
Yeah, he went 7-2 in a shot that he already acknowledged was a mistake. Then he left the big 4 in a shot that he also acknowledged was a mistake. Whenever he hasn't thrown the mistakes, it's been nothing but strikes. Back to Gerald Graham, and now all of a sudden, he's got to win this game. His margin of error is 0, a.k.a. El Cheapo, and that is not a great start right there.
No, the 245 is not a good... That one doesn't make you feel good, because you left it light, and it was so light that you didn't even get the 5 out, too, It's not good. Like, that makes you start thinking a lot about what you just did wrong.
And the other issue is now you're thinking to yourself, well, poop, it doesn't matter what I do. If Kevin throws another strike, I'm trailing again. However, he does make the spare.
There you go.
It's a little bit of a finicky spare, but he does make it.
Yeah, he got it out of the way early.
Yes.
If that's his worst frame this game, he'll be fine.
Yeah, 290 he probably should be good.
Yeah.
And we say probably because you never know what Kevin's going to do.
Yep.
Can't assume the 300, but you can't discount it either.
Yep. No, and being WCS, we're all about game count, and it's obviously it's 3-2 right now. But both of them scored really well. 1055 and 1144 isn't terrible for 5 games.
If you're averaging 211 over 5 games, you'd take that for unholy. If you're averaging a little bit over 220, you'd take that too.
Yeah, because there's a lot of great bowlers that in these events, because of who they're bowling on their pair with and all things like that, they don't even break 1,000, But both of these guys would be perfectly fine.
If you're bowling with 2 good bowlers at unholy or any other thing, if you're carving out the lines and everybody's following it, then you should bowl pretty regardless. Yeah. I mean, it's the UBA. We don't necessarily get as much credit as some of the other organizations, but the bowling caliber of the bowlers is just as good, if not better. Yeah. And as Battle Bowl and other UBA events have shown, we can not only keep up with the quote-unquote better elite bowlers, we have surpassed them and beaten them a number of occasions.
Yeah.
Kevin Phillips right now looking to back up what I just said. And use 9-pin.
No, 9-pin.
Kevin did not back up what I just said.
No, he knew.
Boo, Kevin Phillips.
We should have told him. We should have told him.
Yeah.
Maybe he would have put that pressure on him. He would have came through for us. But no, the caliber of bowlers in UBA is fantastic. The caliber of bowlers in WCS is
amazing.
Cream of the crop. Yeah, it's people that like that competitive fire. It's not always about the tournament earnings and all that kind of stuff. It's about being competitive, having that fire, being able to say, I beat that guy once, you know? Like, that's the kind of the things that are great about the WCS, great about the UBA. You know, I mean, it's a great place to be. I love it here.
UB is great. If you want competition, this is where you go.
Yeah, absolutely. And WCS is great because we have so many series. We've got welterweight, which is under 200, cruiserweight, which is under 215, heavyweight can be whatever. We got a Vixen series, Vixen's tag series. You got to be under 410, which we'll see at 2 o'clock today.
Yeah, that's going to be fun also. And what Kevin Phillips is doing is not fun. 7-10.
No, that was not fun.
We want to see Game 7, and right now the previews are saying very early on we may be seeing that Game 7.
We may be seeing it. We may be seeing it. But I want both guys to feel good about going into Game 7, you know. The only heartbreak I want the Game 7 to be is Kevin upset he didn't do it in 6. But I don't want it to be because he does stuff like this right here.
Well, you know what, though? If I'm a bowler and I'm not leaving good count and I get my doors blown off and my butt handed me on a silver platter in Game 6, I actually don't mind that because it allows me to regroup quickly for I don't know what that was. It allows me to regroup quickly for a Game 7 versus, I could have shut him out. Darn it, I missed a 10-pin. and now I got to go into a Game 7. At least now, if it's there, I've got that 7 frames of, okay, I need to regroup.
Yeah.
Kevin, we didn't mean that doesn't mean that you do that early on in Game 6. What are you doing out there? What was that?
Well, that was a pretty decent ball.
Okay.
I think that's the product of the house. You know, they'll do that to you once in a while.
All right, well, right now, Gerald's bowling like he knows he's got to take this game. Double right now for Gerald Graham going into the 4th frame. Gerald potentially could be up by 34 by the time the 4th frame's over.
Yep.
And once again, it looks like the bowler that has the quick lead once again is not going to win this game.
Yeah, that's...
That happened the first 5. It could happen Game 6 also.
It could. Bowling is a sport of irony.
Sport of momentum.
Yep.
Gerald right now with 3 in a row gets a light hit.
Tripping
and that
forward,
light
baby.
hit that did not show up for him Game 5 is certainly showing up now.
Yeah, he tripped that 4 pretty forward. I love it.
Hit him light, watch him fight.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
He's even got... You can tell when Gerald's like getting amped up. He even puts his shoe covers on aggressively. You know, like just like, yeah, baby, like let's go. Like
he's got that adrenaline going, and I'll tell you this also from experience. If you get that shot of adrenaline, all of a sudden you're throwing the ball a lot better, just from a mental and emotional standpoint. That's a better shot from Kevin. The question is, and it's crazy for me to say this in frame 4, but the question is too little, too late. Because if you're going up against somebody with a 3-bagger and you throw a 7-10, and all of a sudden you're letting him get a 34-pin lead on you, that is a very hard deficit to overcome. Granted, he's got enough time to overcome it, but you still have to as we go into the 5th frame of Game 6. Phillips is up 3-2. He can't afford to lose a game. Gerald cannot. He's got to win this one, and right now he's coming out of the gates like he's got to make this game, and it's showing.
Yeah, this is huge here. Let's see. We had to tell early. That's a strike.
Ooh.
Well, it should have been a strike.
Yeah, he squirted that ball all the way out. It seems to me like he's trying to figure out where to throw the ball at this point, and you're absolutely right. That was a pivotal shot in the 5th frame because if he struck here, he would at least put some pressure on Gerald. Right now, even if he makes a spare, there is no pressure on Gerald at this point. I completely expect Gerald to bury the next 2 shots and have a 5-bagger.
Yeah, I think we'll be talking about Gerald's 290 pace here in the 6th.
Yep. Kevin Phillips will make the spare.
Yeah.
Let's see. We both predict that Gerald's going to throw 2 strikes in the 5th and 6th frame. Let's see if we're both right.
Yeah.
And for us being around not just bowling, but the WCS as long as we have, we sort of already know from a gut feeling when the swings are coming.
Yes.
I completely agree with Ray. And there's been many times that we've both agreed on something in this match, and this is one of them. And we're both going to be right.
Yeah.
There's another strike. And we both think he's going to extend this out to 5 in a row as we go into the second half of Game 6. And this is looking more and more like our favorite time in the universe,
Yes.
which is Game
Yes.
7.
That's right.
Yeah, Game 7.
Our favorite season in sports, Game
Woo-hoo!
7.
Doesn't matter if it's raining, shining, hurricaning, tornadoing, which I had to drive through to get here last night, or
Hurricaning.
snowing. It's Game 7.
You are the
It's
second
always
person I've
season.
heard say hurricaning.
I was hurricaning and tornadoing.
Yeah.
I've never seen horizontal lightning. I did last night.
Yeah.
All right.
We're different down here.
Yes, you are. And 5 in a row.
5 in a
And
row,
both
isn't it?
Ray and I called it
Yes.
going into it. We're both right on this.
Yep.
5 in a row, and all of a sudden we're looking at a 60-plus pin lead for Gerald Graham. And unless lightning strikes the pins and incinerates his bowling equipment, we will be going to a Game 7. The best that Kevin Phillips can do right now is a 236. And he would already be short by a lot of pins. 6th frame here, looking to at least key in. He does.
Looks good, yeah.
Have you ever seen horizontal lightning in Myrtle Beach, or at
Yes.
least in your neck of the woods?
Yeah. I mean,
Explain to me how that works, because I saw it and I'm like, wait, lightning is not supposed to do that.
well, there's just the South is just crazy. We're just different down here. Like when it comes to all that kind of stuff, the weather, like the weather at Myrtle Beach reminds me of the rain on Forrest Gump. Where you got it coming from you sideways, it comes up from underneath. It's been terrible. You drive the strip here, and you feel like your car's gonna flood sometimes. It's crazy, but
Yeah,
it's
but how
awesome
do you
at
have
the same time.
horizontal lightning? I've never seen that.
Well, I mean, listen, there's a lot of younger college kids around that see a lot of things horizontally. They see a lightning come from all kind of directions. So maybe you just saw it. Maybe it was like a gas pocket or something, and you saw it horizontal. But it wouldn't surprise me, honestly. Like stuff like that, you just get used to it down here. You just don't even think of it being a horizontal.
I'm
lightning
now just
thing.
expecting the next time I see a tornado down here, I'm expecting anti-M and a couple of broomsticks and
Yeah, I mean it's possible.
maybe the Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm going to see 9 strikes in a row because Gerald Graham has already got 6 in a row, and I'm not going to bet against him on the 8th and 9th frames. Definitely 8th frame coming up, looking for 7 in a row. Yeah, the only thing that can stop us from a Game 7 at this point is horizontal lightning on lane 3.
Yeah, yes, that is correct. On the approach, actually, here in a second. And the thing is, he's actually, surprisingly, he stayed in that blue ball all day.
Yeah, he's just made the adjustments. That ball squirting out. That looks good here. It does. 7 in a row for Gerald Graham.
There you go.
Again, he goes out the door. It's a 290.
Yeah.
Kevin Phillips right now, again, the best that he can do is a 236. And no, you're not seeing a mistake over at the difference area. You are looking at an 84-pin deficit right now at this point. And Kevin Phillips has got to be real happy that he could afford to burn this game because that's what he's doing.
All right, Kevin. So Kevin's in that spot where he's not mathematically eliminated yet. It's not looking good for him, so he needs to just make sure that he's lined up. And that looked great. He needs to make sure that he's lined up and ready for Game 7. Because, like we talked about with the Lightning, if we don't have the Lightning and stuff soon, to slow Gerald down here, because I would, if I was a betting man, Gerald's going to shoot 290 this game. He's fired up. He's ready to go. He's having a great time, and he's trying to defend his title. Another one for Kevin, though. Yep. So it coming a little light. You saw that 5-pin shot over to the 7, like the way it did. Didn't go back towards it, but it almost came in front of the 7. But the connection was there for Kevin to take care of it. So, all right. So coming to the 9th for Gerald. All he's got to do is not, no crazy mess, no Greek church, no gutters, no big fours, nothing like that. And he'll be walking into a game 7. And he buried it. So he's already at 230, regardless what happens. So he just needs to keep the ball. A 2 count actually is enough to win here. So we are going to game 7. Me and Gordon talked about how much we loved him, and we're going to get it. Okay. So these guys make a lot of mistakes late once they wrap the matches up. And so far they've been able to forget about them going into the next game. Yeah, so they're gonna respot this 2-pin here for Gerald, even though it really doesn't matter at this point. Could just hit the button, but he wants to get another shot in there. We'll let him get another shot in there once they respot the 2 here.
Looking for the 290, we're not getting it. But, and a big but here, that is more than good enough to win game 6.
2 favorite words coming up.
Yeah, man.
Game 7.
Game 7, man. I love him.
Mr. Russell's back.
So I do not like it here today. Just here today, like as of this moment, I went 194, 186, 177. Like I have no idea what's going on over here. Thank God I'm not going for the belt here.
So in other words, Ducky wants to have his heavyweight title match here in this building, and that's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, sure, we're going to try it.
Well, we are going to be at Triad next month. If
yeah,
y'all
want to come down to Triad?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they'll give us that extension for a whole month, but yeah, I'll come down to Triad. Make it a Thanksgiving, that's a Thanksgiving bash, right?
Well, maybe if you had the belt and you beat him, then you can defend the belt down here at Triad with whoever you're bowling up against.
No, last team standing is here this year.
Okay, last team standing.
Even a UBA event.
Yeah, there you go.
Right. There you go. Well, Gerald Graham will not shoot the 290, but he will shoot a 256.
Yeah. That's very impressive, man. It was very good. These guys have both been resilient in their matches. Gerald, his last defense was against Patrick Rogers from High Octane. Patrick Rogers was actually our rep in the North-South match where he won that for us. Nice little chunk of change he brought back. Gerald was, like I said, he wasn't able to get, but he had to defend against Patrick, and they went through game 7. So these guys are both battle tested. Kevin Phillips to get here, he beat Jacob Wilcox from Hitman. He beat him in 6. And it's just game 6s and 7s aren't new to these guys. So this is great. This next game is going to be ecstatic. I'm excited.
Yeah, you also have to have the mental wherewithal to be like, hey, I'm up, or hey, I'm down. I need to get to a game 7. I need to get to a game 6. So, and sometimes it doesn't matter how blinded you are. I mean, Kevin Phillips is going to finish somewhere in the 220s. So he definitely wanted to end this one. The problem is, how are you going to deal with 7 spare 8 in a row? It's not the easiest thing in the world to do, and that's one of the reasons why we're going to a Game 7.
No, and it happens. I mean, there's plenty of times where guys will shoot a great game and lose. It happens. I mean, you know, he's going to be sitting on 1369 here. I mean, that would be great in any event.
Well, it's good enough to go 3-3 at the end of Game 6. Gerald Graham, 256. Kevin Phillips, 225. And now we are not rooting against anybody. We're rooting for the better bowler because now we have Game 7.
There we go.
So I wish good luck for everybody. Even though, again, only one bowler can win and only one bowler can walk out of here with the Southeast Cruiserweight title.
Yep.
There we go. At the beginning of Game 1, Gerald went first. Therefore, Gerald will be going first now.
Yep. In the gamesmanship between these two, and we getting a little bit on camera there as well. Like, you know, they're both excited to be in this moment. They're both respectful of the game, respectful of their opponent. Yes, there's going to be energy from whoever wins this. However it goes, it's just going to be great, man. I love Game 7s, man. I can get so giddy I can't even keep my thoughts straight.
Game 7s are always fun. They're great. As you said, it now comes down to adrenaline, mental acuity. What did you learn for the first 6 games that you can deal with now? What adjustments do you need to make? And both bowlers are starting, and I believe Gerald goes first.
Yeah, Gerald's going to go first, and the main thing is just they're clearing the deadwood for him.
Yes.
The main thing is the main thing for these guys is that they're not going to have time to second guess themselves. They got to just, whatever decisions you make, you got to stick with, and you got to go. Don't worry about anything else. Just, you've got 10 frames. Bowl your best for 10 frames. You can't make adjustments for later, all that kind of stuff. You have to be confident in everything you do the rest of the way.
So if you just joined us expecting a 7-game match, well, the first 6 games are gone, so it's now a 1-game match.
That's right, for the Cruiserweight Championship.
So theoretically, you either saw an amazing 6 games, or you missed absolutely nothing, depending on how you're looking at it.
All right. But you'll be able to go back and watch it on Caffeine TV whenever you're ready.
That is true. That is true. So obviously, watch this game first, then go back and watch everything else.
Right, absolutely.
Because I don't think the delay is going to last an hour and a half, even though I'll be very surprised if it does.
Yep. And another thing, just to kind of recap for anybody that is just joining us and is new to the WCS process in these matches, it's 3-3. Total wood does not matter.
Nope.
1369, 1311. It could be 1500 to 1500. It could be 42 to 42. It
could be
doesn't
1500 to 42.
It could be 1500 to 42. Like, it doesn't matter. I don't know how you would have won any games with 42, but I guess that's possible.
Yeah.
But the main thing is, all we're doing is.
By the way, we're just clearing out the dead wood on that. That does not count as Gerald's first shot.
No, they haven't hit the check mark yet. Well, now.
Well, now he did. Now Kevin got a 0. Boo! Come on, Gerald. What is that?
But they cleared it out already too.
Now they just cleared it out.
All right, we're good to go.
Yeah, except the only other issue that Gerald has is that he was about to throw the ball in the wrong lane.
Yeah.
That would not have been good, and that'll legitimately boo him.
No. All right, so I know
Gerald, a.k.a. Kid Graham, up. He's starting Game 7. I'm sorry, Ray. What was that?
So since they can't hear us and they don't know, who do you like? Who do you think's gonna win this one? Going to Game 7. Who do you think's throwing the ball? Who the momentum? Where's that at?
You know what? That's a good question. I think the momentum is sort of with Gerald, but that being said, Gerald is also susceptible to mistakes or something like that, and he premature celebration there because he thought he had the strike, and he clapped for 10 pin.
Yeah, and there's nothing. You never want to clap for a 10 pin. That's a bad feeling.
Bad business.
I was gonna say that it's really kind of a situation where the momentum is in Gerald's favor, but the shot making is still in Kevin's favor.
I agree.
Kevin has still been throwing the ball better, more consistent. Ooh, you do not want to do that.
You have said that.
You do not want to do that. God almighty.
No, you know, well, the problem with emotion and momentum is that it is a double-edged sword.
Yes.
Or a 2-daggered sword because you saw what he just did with that 10 pin. If Kevin can double here, that would be a huge, and I mean huge advantage Even if it's just spare a strike, that would be a huge advantage because then, as he said earlier, that forces Gerald to press, which is exactly what he's looking to do, and that first ball's good.
Yeah, any lead is a good lead.
And absolutely, any lead's a good lead. At the end, if you're leading by one, that's all you need.
all that matters.
That being said, a double here would be absolutely huge because then all of a sudden, Gerald's got to work from behind. And we've already seen he's a little bit good with that. But the bigger the hole, the more you got to work. Keep this in mind also, and we've said this. First 6 games, whoever has gotten the early lead has lost.
Yes.
So does this mean Gerald's going to win? We'll find out.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy how all that works, you know. But the thing about all those streaks, you know, so-and-so's made 42 straight field goals, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, and this time Kevin does get the 10-pin down.
It gets black clouded at some point, so.
Could be dark clouded.
Yep, Kevin's going to do his best to make sure that he breaks that streak of early lead failure.
Well, keep in mind, Kevin started with a double game 1, and he lost that game. He went strike, strike, spare, strike, and then he ran into the valley of the red numbers.
Yes.
Which was opens galore. Obviously, he does not want to do that now, and he cannot afford to do that now. Just like Gerald cannot afford another open. Fortunately for him, he doesn't have one. Strike in the second frame, and away we go. Gerald's got work to do. He's down 21 pins to Kevin Phillips.
Yeah, red numbers are only good in Vegas.
And it even depends on that. Sometimes you're not betting on them.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's only time it could be good.
There's only one color right now that both bowlers are looking at, which is also, you can find that in the roulette table, and that's green.
Yes.
The green, that goes along with winning this match.
Yes.
And the silver, that goes along with wearing the belt.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes gold.
Got a couple $100 coming to the winner in this match.
Absolutely. Gerald looking to double up here. Right here he does. By the way, I completely expect a very loud Vice President Shane to happen if Kevin Phillips throws another strike here.
Yeah.
There he is. He's chatting right now. Still's got to be happy at this moment. He'll be much happier if Kevin throws a strike. Again, Phillips need to throw a strike and maintain his 21-pin lead. To maintain any sort of lead at all, he's got to throw a mark.
Yeah, we haven't had a turkey to start the match yet, have we?
We have not.
We have not.
Most has been 2 in a row. First thing first, can he make the turkey? Yes,
gobble,
he does.
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
And as correctly predicted, there's that yelp coming from Shane, Vice President.
Yep.
Phillips right now holding on to a 21-pin lead. More importantly, this game is Game 7. This is the final game, regardless of what happens. This is the last game of the match.
Kevin back up quick. I think Kevin's feeling it.
Oh, he wants to go up there quick. The quicker that he gets up there, the less he has to think about what he has to do. And sometimes you want to be that sort of automatic, and that's what he's been 4 in a row.
All right.
Kevin Phillips, very automatic at this point.
We got
Shane, you can hear him in the background saying, yeah, baby, let's go.
Got turkey and ham bone here to start. Love it.
Talking about that meat again. Still talking about the dinners.
Man, listen. That's just what it's called. It's called a ham bone.
Succulent meats here. By the way, the tailgating that's done by the Southeast Bowlers is nothing less than fantastic.
No, I mean, we get that from our college football, our love of college football. 9-pin there. All right,
and again, the carry that he has gotten so far in this match, he's not getting now, and that is unfortunate for him because this is the game that you need to carry on.
Yeah, I'm hoping he didn't kind of, you know, shoot his wad last game with it, you know, because he had a lot where he just, his pin action has been so great for him.
Well, the
this
second that he missed that 10-pin over in the first frame, it almost seems like from a mental standpoint, he went, oh no. And the fact that Phillips has responded with 4 in a row, oh, I got it.
That one.
And the fact that Kevin Phillips has responded to 4 in a row again, you now have a hole you need to get yourself out of, and now it is a bigger hole. Yeah. It is almost a 42-pin hole, depending on what Kevin Phillips does.
Yeah,
and we're starting to approach the halfway mark of Game 7.
Ooh. You know I love Game 7s.
Absolutely. Gerald's running out of frames.
Yeah, Gerald could have been kind of getting ahead of himself, too, to where, you know, instead of looking at it where he could have punched for 279, he was worried about what Kevin could punch with 300.
Yep.
And
there's the carry.
See, there's that pin action, the messengers, all that stuff that he was been getting. He's back on it right now. So
Well, yes and no. The best he can do is a 258,
Yes.
which is a very good score.
Very good
However,
score.
again, he needs Kevin Phillips to make at least one, if not more, mistakes. Kevin Phillips right now, 5th frame, game 7, up by 42 at this moment. Looking for 5 in a row to start game 7, and he's not going to do it. 3-6-10.
disappointed crowd too, because you know, being that it's at the Unholy right now, they would have got free drinks for the next 30 or discounted drinks for the next 30 minutes.
Seriously, that's how it works down here.
If they would have shot 300. Yeah.
300, you get discounted drinks for 30
Yeah,
minutes.
it's $3 liquor and $3 domestics, I believe.
There you go. Very nice. Another reason to come bowl down here.
That's why we fill these squads up every time.
Yeah, it doesn't matter about the scoring. Hey, we can have discounted drinks. Kevin's looking for a non-discounted spare, and he'll
There
get
you
it.
go. That's a big spare. If he would have chopped that one, man, we would have been in. Whew.
All right, now he had a chance to be up and really put this game away. He still has a nice sized lead. However, the lead can be cut to under 20 depending on what Gerald does. Going back into the second half of game 7 here, we're in the 6th frame. We are tied 3, obviously we are tied 3 games apiece. Whoever wins this one wins the Cruiserweight title. Kevin Phillips is leading at this moment. If he opens, he may no longer be leading. If he strikes, he will still guarantee to be leading. If he spares, it depends on what the carry is. There's a strike.
He's gonna be glad this ain't gonna go best of 9, because that ball is creeping up high on him to where I don't know how much longer that hole's gonna be there. I was worried that he was not gonna get the 3-pin on that one, that it was gonna go through the nose.
Well, Kevin's problem is that we have 4 frames left, and if he's continuing to lose it, if Gerald can start to string, and I mean real string, which means he's got to figure out lane 3, if he can do that, then this is going to come down to a wire here. He didn't like that shot, though. And is that a 5-pin? That looks like a 5-pin. No, we're talking about 5 pins, and you're talking about people missing them or making them.
I can't tell.
Ray's got to check to see if that's a 5-pin. That looks like a 5-pin to me.
It is a 5-pin.
It is a 5-pin.
Hot damn.
That would be a disaster if Gerald Graham decides that now is the time that he wants to flag a 5-pin on Caffeine TV in a Cruiserweight matchup in Game 70. Ooh. He did not. He went, wow.
I wasn't thinking it was going to go that well, Gordon. I thought it was going to go in the drink there for a minute.
It didn't look very good. And I'll tell you this right now, if he missed it, that probably is game, set, match. It could be game, set, match at this point.
No.
But it is less than 30 pins.
Yep.
He's got 4 frames to make it up. Unless Kevin starts seeing a lot of gapping, Gerald better start throwing strikes. 7th frame right now, deficit's 29 pins. Graham up in the 7th. He got a strike last time he was here. He's not going to get a strike now. 4 pin.
Yeah.
Now, the good news for Kevin Phillips is that even if the hole's disappearing, since he's up by 30, spares will be good enough, assuming that Gerald doesn't string. The only thing that could put Kevin Phillips in any major trouble is if he starts to open. Obviously, if he throws strikes in the 7th and 8th, he can smell that Cruiserweight title coming over to him.
Yeah, the only thing that can hurt Kevin Phillips is Kevin Phillips.
Exactly.
That's
well
it.
put, could not put that better.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. It's completely out of Gerald's hands, really, at this point. If Kevin is solid between the ears, this is his.
Well, this is going to be a huge shot here in the 7th frame because lane 3, even though it's been creeping up, he's still maintained that hole.
Yeah.
So if he can strike here in the 7th frame, and I'm going to hear, I may be a little bit quiet because if he gets a strike, you know Shane is going to explode right now at this moment. And I want to hear, Shane, if he throws a strike, I want to be right here, mic you up, because I think there's going to be some emotion coming out of you if this next shot in the 7th frame is a strike. So I'm going to shut up right now, and mic's yours.
That's good.
Let's go! Whoa!
There you go.
Come on, baby!
There you go. See?
As correctly advertised.
Yeah, very good. Very good. We knew that was coming.
We knew it was coming.
We knew it was coming.
That is a huge, huge double for Kevin Phillips as we go into the 8th frame.
Oh.
And he can start, you know, Shea's obviously starting to feel it. Kevin Phillips may really be feeling it at this moment if he strikes in the 8th frame.
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause he's maxed at 277, and there's no way that's going to be, that might be enough.
Going for another 3-bagger, second in the match for the strike, and it's buried.
Buried that one, my goodness.
8th frame, though, not nearly as important as that 7th frame.
Yeah,
Because now doing the numbers, the best that Gerald can do is a 227. And Kevin Phillips already at the 200 mark in the 8th frame.
yeah.
Creeping up on 210. So Kevin Phillips right now does not need a mark. And that is assuming that Gerald throws strikes.
Yeah. Gerald's not out of it yet.
Well, he's not again.
Yeah. The thing
Well,
I
he's
like,
almost out of it at this
Yeah.
point, but he needs Kevin to make some major mistakes, and when I mean major, not just 9-0, but some really hideous-looking mess.
Yeah, the thing I've liked about both of these guys is they're striking, but it's the way they're striking. Gerald is getting more sideways pin action, and it helped him out tremendously. When you watch Kevin strike, his pins are going back.
Yeah.
He's true 10 in the pit. They're not 10 in the walls, they're in the pit. Knock it over.
Knocks it over, but the wrong way.
Yeah, I was hoping it was going to knock into that 3.
Yeah, Ray wanted some drama going into the 10th frame. He's not going to get it.
No. Damn
As we already said, the best that Joe can do now went from 230 to 2-0. 207, assuming he gets a strike. And as we already mentioned, Kevin's already over that.
Yeah, because he's got 157 showing. He could gutter out.
157 with the double.
Yeah,
well, he can't gutter out. Gutter out puts him under 200.
Well, I mean, what? See?
But he does not need a mark.
No. Well, if he threw the next 4 in the gutter, he'd end with 187.
Yeah.
And that actually 187 might actually be enough.
That could be. Well, his match is 187 Inc.
Yeah. That's right.
It does.
That's the irony there.
That's not in the gutter.
No, no, it's not. That was beautiful. That
And
old
that
man.
will mathematically seal it, and the old man's going to be walking out of Myrtle Beach with some hardware. Phillips right now, that ball looks good. It is.
He didn't need it, but he got it, man. That was beautiful.
I was going to say, he goes out the door. It's going to be 277. Actually, yeah, it's going to be 277.
Yeah.
And that is how you close out Game 7 of a Cruiserweight match.
Yes, it is.
Shooting a 277.
Yep.
Regardless, he'll be somewhere in the 250s or 260s.
Yep. Yeah,
Even
these
if he
guys-
doesn't throw the strike now.
Yep, these guys came in with 211 and 213 as their averages. And they put on a very good show for our crowd on Caffeine TV today.
This is a great debut. This is a great debut today for Caffeine TV.
Yeah.
You want some action, you got it.
Yeah.
Kevin Phillips, the old man, the guy that a number of people were talking about him being the underdog in this match.
Yeah.
He grabbed himself a very shiny milk bone.
Yeah. He'll close it out for a 277.
I think he will also. That holding out.
No!
276. Boo,
Boo!
Ray, boo.
Boo! That was fantastic, man. Good job.
And we have the changing the guard. Kevin Phillips
Great.
is your new Southeast
Great
Cruiserweight
gamesmanship.
champion. We'll get to the final score momentarily.
Yeah. Love the gamesmanship there. It's fantastic. There we
Kevin
go.
Phillips. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I love it, man. Gamesmanship for the team is fantastic. Between these two guys, man, I'm sure that the connection that they, got today with each other, we might see them here in Unholy next year balling on the same team together. Like,
You could.
WCS does that to people, man. It brings people together. You're getting involved with people who aren't outside your district. That you're getting, you're meeting people for the first time. You're gaining that experience. It becomes like a brotherhood, so to speak, and it's fantastic. UBA is great. WCS is great. And as soon as Gerald finishes his 10th, I'll have a word with Kevin here and congratulate him as well.
I cannot tell you the number of people that have switched teams due to the WCS and the Unholy Alliance, but there's been a number of teams. I don't see that happening today, but I do see, you're right, a camaraderie and a respect, and it wouldn't shock me either if these two bowlers, because their game meshes well because they both shoot high scores, it would not shock me to see those two bowlers on a team at Unholy Alliance.
No, absolutely. I mean, they're doing great. I mean, 1645 for 7.
Over 7.
Is ridiculous. Like that's very good.
That's over 220. That's bordering on 240, not 240. Yeah. Actually, that's almost a 230 average if my math is correct.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's solid.
There's the walk, and there's the strike, and there's the finish. If he can throw it on lane 4, he'd be great. However, there is a lane 3, and while he couldn't handle it, Kevin Phillips did. At the end of game 7, Kevin Phillips, 276. Gerald Graham, 207. Kevin Phillips wins 4-3. And we have a new Southeast Cruiserweight champion. And here to interview the new champion, it's Gillespie.
Your second belt now for the team. That's pretty good. Yeah.
And 2-time Cruiserweight champion.
2-time Cruiserweight champion. Yeah, it's been a while. It was what, 3-4 years ago?
Somewhere in that neighborhood.
Somewhere in that neighborhood, yeah.
With a different team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're getting to bring it back to 187 Inc. I know that's good. You guys got that welterweight match. Y'all are destroying people in the welterweight series right now.
Trying to, yeah.
So tell me about Gerald. How did you first time meeting him and stuff, right?
First time meeting him, great guy. Awesome match. That's probably one of the best matches we've had. I've had in a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, high scores, great bowling, great competitor.
So this guy right here, Shane. Shane is a huge fan of yours. Obviously, he's VP on the team and stuff. He's back there cheering for you. He did a great job. What is it like having that kind of support from the VP and stuff being here with you?
Oh, I love it. I love it. He's one of the loudest ones we have too. But I'm tell you what, between him and the rest of my team, if they could be here, they would. But I've got several bowling and other things today. I'll be back here later to support the welterweight team that's bowling today. So, yeah.
So, Shane, what's the message for him, man? How proud of you are of this guy?
Man, I can't say enough about this guy. This guy is, I'm getting emotional just thinking about it. I mean, this guy has so much mental game. I mean, like I said, he can get down and then come back. I've bowled with this guy since JSBA. And man, he's a bowler. He's a downright dog. He can throw down with the best of them.
And that he did today. He did extremely well. We heard you making a lot of noise. He stayed focused. He handled Gordon's questions because he made the mistake of being next to us over there. So we got to keep talking to him between the thing. So it was really good. Thank you so much for being a part of this with him. Congratulations on being the Cruiserweight champ once again, man.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you, man.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, man. Nice to meet you.
Let's go, man.